What's going on, brothers? Good to see you all here tonight. Glad I could be here finally, have a chat with you all on my channel. We had an excellent stream last night on One Fast Acts channel and went on a little bit longer than we had planned, but it was fucking excellent. We touched on a lot of great topics outside of the initial, setup of just coming to visit here in BC. But I want to say hello to everybody in the chat. Brother JR, D-Man, of course, Brother Brandon, Mr. Pliskin. I kind of like the name drop, bro. I think maybe that's a good title for the pizza company. Of course, we'll have Brother Ike here, do up the billboard or the flyers. Father Saunders gets none, but hello, brother. Mr. Arvo, Brother Bob, Johnny Midnight. Holy shit, Riggs. Everybody's just popping in. Good to see you guys, or talk to you at least. One of the big topics last night that I actually had a discussion with Hammerhand, and I believe we have a very difference of opinion on things, is the way our society is going right now and the absolute collapse that, of course, Joe Biden is now saying that is not happening. And we have a lot of brothers in the U.S. who this really affects because right now we are seeing it all over the fucking world on all of the social media platforms. People are straight up following suit. They're basically denying that we're going through a recession. They're denying basically this inflation, the cost of things, the shortages. They're denying everything. They're just all lining up. It kind of goes hand in hand with what we basically discussed, and with the title of tonight's stream is the indoctrination has worked absolutely perfectly, and in more ways than one. We've all met liberals, right, and conservatives that no matter what, they could not be budged on their beliefs. They would take a lie and run with it, and no matter what evidence you've shown them, no matter what proof you've shown them, it's basically all been the same story. And they would fight you tooth and nail to continue pushing the lies and their insane beliefs. Brother Gensight, hello, sir. Oh, and I thought I saw Davina Duckworth. Hello. I wanted to do a video or a live stream for the last couple of days on a couple of videos that I found, and they're from a PUA that we probably all recognize to see. I don't know a lot of his work. I really don't. I don't follow PUAs usually. The things that I have seen from this guy and the clips, all of the information he's dropped out there has been absolutely on the fucking nail, like completely. So I'm going to give credit where credit's due tonight. As I stated, I don't like PUAs, but I'll fucking absolutely stand up for them if somebody's out there bullshitting about them. And, I've done that before when it came to the whole all PUAs were rapists. Turns out it was just Jack Murphy that said that, you could rape 14-year-old girls and it'd be fine. So I don't consider him a PUA. I hope nobody else does either. But to go back to what me and Hammerhand discussed, when it comes to our politicians, and no matter what country you're in, no matter what face is standing up there, in my perspective, they are all following the exact same storyline. And I had mentioned to him about the conservative running mate that was going up against Justin Trudeau last year. He took that conservative baseline, and that was what he ran on for months and months. And then all of a sudden, when it looked like he was going to win and they were at the end of the race, he basically started following Justin Trudeau's fucking game plan right out the gate. He lost all of his support and basically handed the fucking election over to the Liberals again. Fine and dandy. I'm cool with that. Personally, I don't give two fucks about any politician out there. Could give less fucks. But these are the people that are essentially laying out those guidelines, laying out the lies, pushing their agenda, that's still to this day controlling a good portion of the minds that are our neighbors, our friends, our family, our fucking milkman, whatever the hell, or postman. These people are all still under that guise and that indoctrination, and it's their choice. It really is their choice. I mean, as I stated, when it came to certain laws and certain freedoms, well, there's a government has never once given us a freedom. Never. They take them, they change them, they manipulate them, but they've never given you any freedom. You were born with that. The first thing our governments do is try to trip them, or start to basically strip them away or water them down, right? We've seen it everywhere. Absolutely everywhere. Brother Frank, good to see you. Good to see you. Motorboat? Never seen you before, but welcome. So, the indoctrination, yeah, it's definitely going strong. On the high note, today, the Teresa Leach, the lady who was one of the organizers for the truckers group here in Canada, the first truckers rally convoy, she was actually released today. So Justin Trudeau's government officials now have one less political prisoner under their control. She actually got bail for a crime she didn't commit, which, I guess some people are considering a win. But I think I've talked with Eric Zombro about this a few times, that if you are going to jail for a crime you didn't commit, or you're having to essentially post bail for a crime you didn't commit, where's the justice? Technically, I would have to say that there is none. None at all. So, people are out celebrating. We'll give them their moment. Really, I don't think they have anything to celebrate. What's up, Brother Hemi? So, I kind of wanted to get started on one of these videos. And I want you to take a good close look and a good close listen to this young man who's, I think, about either 28 to 31, somewhere around those lines. Now, he's a gamer, right? He made his success with online gaming. A lot of guys have. Totally fine. Nothing wrong with that. But I mentioned to Hammerhand and the guys last night that I had met in my life personally. I have met people who were well into their 30s and like mid 40s right now that believe the exact same thing as a fucking 16-year-old kid does today. You know what I mean? Like, this is nothing new. This shit has been going on forever. It's just now these crazy people seem to be running the fucking show. Now, I kind of give you the best scenario that I actually discussed with this chick. 23 years ago, I used to live in BC, right? And I met my buddy's girlfriend. Total fucking hippie. Total crack whore. Loved her cocaine. But, she was a better person because, I don't know, reasons. And of course, the standard tree hugger of the lower mainland of fucking British Columbia. She would kind of get into discussions with us about, gun rights and things like that. And one day she basically stated that, I would just remove guns from the scenario. And I had to ask her, like, where the fuck does this make any sense? So I ran a scenario by her because it literally happened a week prior while we were out at the bar. A group of guys got into a pickup and started trying to run people over. Yeah. after leaving the bar downtown Victoria, they got in their pickup, liquor to the nines, and started trying to run people down. First thing I said, this is why people need to have guns. So I kind of ran that scenario by her when she brought it up again. And I was like, so here's the thing. If you have a vehicle full of people trying to run you down, are you telling me that if a pistol was laying in front of you or a rifle, you wouldn't pick it up and use it to save your life? Her best answer and her only answer that she could give was, I would remove the gun from the scenario. I was like, that makes literally no fucking sense. So you're what? You're gonna fucking just get run over? You would rather get run over than defend yourself. And it really goes into this first story with this young guy, because holy fuck, his name is XQC. As I said, he's a gamer, fine and dandy. And this video is from the Tribe of Men. Can never remember those guys' name. Great streaming channel though, guys. If you don't know who they are, go check them out, because they lay down some truths. And this is one where Tatum basically runs a scenario by this complete fucking leftist, feminized nut job, and his response is absolutely fucking glorious. Absolutely glorious. It's the only reason why we will outlast these leftist nut jobs, because they have been completely indoctrinated to just surrender right off the hop. So essentially, if you bark orders at them loud enough with authority, they will just follow them. They're completely subjugated, completely indoctrinated. So I'm going to play this for you for a few minutes and we'll go through it.
Let's jump straight in. So much cringe.
You and your woman are asleep in bed upstairs. You hear someone break into the house downstairs. Who goes downstairs?
Nobody.
Tripping. XQ, you tripping. Hold on. XQ, so you're not going down there?
Nobody's going down there.
So what if they come upstairs?
Bro, you gotta protect.
Bro,
Hold
I'll
up,
keep it
bro.
a buck 50
Protect.
real quick. No,
Protect.
real quick. I'll keep it a buck 50.
No. My job is to survive, not protect. My job is to survive. And sometimes that means to go down there, the guy's a gun. It
What if
doesn't
you-
matter.
That's
what
not
the
very
fuck I do.
courageous of you, bro.
We are both going down by
No.
doing the smart thing, the analytical thing, the strategic thing. We can both survive. If I go down, not only am I jeopardizing myself, I am jeopardizing both of us by not being smart and a leader in that regard. We are even more in danger if I go down than if I not go
but
down.
you're hiding though. You're hiding.
So
Like you gotta try to protect your girl.
what?
Why is
No.
that crazy?
Bro, you are losing you live in America, right? No, you're losing your mind. Okay, my job
If
is
someone
not
breaks
to
into my house,
protect.
I'm
My
meeting
job
them.
is
I'm
to
meeting them down.
survive.
Yeah, but so in the scenario we're describing,
Can I just say, XQC represents like the perfect post-fem world modern man. Like this is what they were trying to build the entire time. He's literally the perfect representation of a cat getting declawed and just now being a regular house slave. Nothing to remind you of what the cat was. It's claws. That's what's happened to the modern man today. We've lost our instinct on what it means to be a man. We've been declawed as men through toxic masculinity, the patriarchy, you're holding me down, etc., etc. We know the goals of the gynocracy and gynocentrism. You're looking at essentially a traditional male with masculine qualities, and then you're looking at the perfect version of what they wanted to create, the post-fem world modern man. Incredible. Let's keep going.
Hello, brother Indy. Welcome to the stream. What do you think of that, homie?
Think of what? The video?
Yeah, that young guy and basically his complete, as I've stated many times, conditioned mind. He is conditioned.
This kind of goes into, if anybody was listening to MGTOW Value Stream and the individual he had on there,
Yes, actually, I was, and that's why this one kind of played right in line with what that dude was essentially saying, and what MGTOW Values was saying against him,
Well,
essentially.
see, that's the reason I left work, busted ass to get home, because the individual that was on his stream, these individuals are acting like my younger kids.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Are you
I
telling
mean,
me that you're like you've got 2 daughters and a son, right?
2 sons and 2 daughters,
Oh,
four
two
kids,
sons and oh Jesus, I
and
thought you had three.
I raised them all.
And you haven't spoken much about your sons. I know you've spoken quite a bit about your daughters, but you haven't spoken much about your sons. What are you saying that they've become essentially fucking XQ here?
Basically, my youngest daughter. Now, if you go upper in the years, like my oldest son's 30,
Hmm.
but you can tell going down into the ages, I'm thinking like 25 and below. These individuals are fucked up in the head. I'm sorry.
That's just it, man. Like I said, I met that girl 23 years ago, right? Um, she was essentially what you would expect from a stupid hippie chick, right?
Hmm.
Now, when I met my buddy's sister, and she had 2 young boys, these are the same 2 young boys that I believe I mentioned on Dak's stream a few times. Their mother would not let them play with toy guns
Yeah.
because they were too violent and they led to violence.
Yep.
Now these 2 little boys, they're not little boys anymore. They're fucking like late 20s now themselves, and of course raised without their father because mom was just a money whore, right? Um, I seen those boys when they were like of bar age while I lived back in Victoria again after leaving the States. And, they don't look like young men. You know what I mean? Like they might have facial hair, they might, you know, still have all the body parts, but they look terrified and curled up almost. They've almost gotten into like a rodent position. You know what I mean?
Yep.
They never look you in the eyes. They always look down. They're completely fucking conditioned to be subservient. And their mother fucking let it happen. Not only did she let it happen, she endorsed it. Right?
Well, the thing that gets me is, I mean, I pretty much raised my kids, and the daughters were, like 4 years old, 3 years old.
Hmm.
They were okay up to a certain point, but the younger ones, I'm telling you, when they get in high school, and well, we look in the last 5 to 7 years, even if you have a father raising them in what you would say a normal atmosphere, the amount of indoctrination and whatever they're doing to these kids, I mean, guys, it's a dead end street.
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, the peer pressure as well, right? The peer pressure when they get into these schools. I mean, a lot of them are going to school with students that, were just like this guy. Exactly like my, buddy's old girlfriend. And the school is promoting it. So eventually they're going to look at you and say, well, I'm in my rebellious phase. And this is completely different from what you've raised me as. So I think I'm going to jump on board with that. And I'll
Well,
just follow the indoctrination.
well, when they say, we've all done the rebellious things and everything like that,
Hmm.
but there was still, back in the day, if you will, a level of discipline. These young people today don't have any discipline, morals, values, respect, anything.
None. And I mean, I know we've all heard and met people that took shit too far, right? I'm pretty
Yep.
sure your dad might have taken things a bit too far.
Yep.
I believe you mentioned that. Your
Yep.
dad was a bit of a hard ass. And
Yep.
you know what? That's not great either. We don't live in that world where we have to beat our children like they're fucking mules. You know what I mean?
No, but there's levels of discipline. I mean, they're out of control nowadays. That's what
Oh
I'm
yeah.
saying.
Oh yeah. Well, it's illegal here to discipline your children. Not illegal to fucking have their, bits chopped off, but it's illegal to discipline them. Oh
Well,
yeah.
just the amount of disrespect coming out of these young people's mouths. I mean, it's just, to me, it spins me up. Children disrespecting their elders and
Oh yeah.
being rude to them,
Yep.
calling them ugly, dumb, you know.
Yep. Well, I mean, we've all, we were all young at one point and said some things we shouldn't have, obviously, right? We've all
Oh yeah,
done some
yeah,
things
yeah.
we shouldn't have. We're at a whole new level of indoctrination, though. This isn't teenage angst we're talking about. This is indoctrination and conditioning. Now, whether or not it starts with generally it does, though, the single mother, right? Who is the poison pill to society, if you ask me. Whether or not it starts there or it starts in the school when they start, trying to make friends and socially interact and things of that nature, I can see where the parents generally won't have a lot of control over that, right? All we can do as parents is try to, get our kids through that phase and to their adulthood while still laying down the fact that, yes, we understand you want to rebel. That's in your nature, but the indoctrination that your friends have gone through, the peer pressure they're putting on you, whatever these schools are telling you now, because schools would never do any of this shit when I was going to school. Never. If you had mentioned any of this crap to a fucking parent when I was in school, they would have burnt that fucking school down. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
And now with the government essentially aligning with the school districts and the school boards, stating that if you push our agenda to, emotionally, mentally castrate these people so that they're more compliant when they grow up and more indoctrinated, well, we'll let you get away with fucking murder, right? I mean, we've seen the teachers that they hire now. They're adults. They're not fucking new to this, but they're still completely indoctrinated, and they're doing everything they can to indoctrinate children. Everything.
Well, see, that's what me and my youngest daughter, we would disagree, but we could sit down and have a conversation. And she was cool,
Absolutely.
having different opinions. But I'm telling you guys, there's somewhere around her graduating high school and a little bit after that, there was something that just a switch flipped or something like that to where she was even unapproachable.
Yeah. Yeah. And I want to address what Brother Gunsight was saying here. He's absolutely right. The schools 10 years ago were completely different than what we will see here today. Today, I would not walk into a local school here with my kid. I would rather they never know he fucking existed. 100%, because they are, of course, involved with the government, which means that they're going to be involved with government laws, right? Which means that if you don't send your kid to school, social services will be showing up at your fucking door to take your kid to what used to be school, but now we should refer to as indoctrination camps. That's all
Well,
they are.
I can say that when I started out having kids, I was happy to go up to the school, talk to the principals and all that. The principals were cool, teachers were cool. Now, you're talking back in the
Yeah,
day.
yeah,
And then it transferred or morphed into me hating going to school and school hated me going up there.
yeah.
So, 30 years, say, in 30 years, it went, it went from cool and old school, schools where parents were involved in everything to a complete shit show where, You about can't trust your kid, and you about can't trust the schools.
You can't. I've told you the story before about where my sister threatened my mother with going to social services, right? And that was fucking like 26 years ago. I was just a fucking tot then. You know what I mean? But she had already been around young girls who had been put into the either foster care system or, what do they call it? Emancipation, where you can,
Yeah.
is it emancipation where you can
Yeah.
essentially separate yourself from your parents?
Yeah.
Right?
Or your
And
children. You can
yeah.
emancipate a child too.
Yeah, okay, well, whatever it is. But I mean, they're, she's met girls and young men that are going through this, right? For whatever reasons. And all she sees is freedom. Well, now I get to take control of my life because although I'm still a fucking child in the mind, you know what I mean? I want to be an adult. I want to be in charge. So they fucking latch onto it and they will say all kinds of horrendous shit against their parents. And these
Oh yeah.
social services, we've stated this before, all they care about is getting the fucking numbers up. They don't give two fucks about kids. They don't give two fucks about the truth. They won't inconvenience themselves with the truth. But they want to get them on the books. So when they show up, no matter how radical the story is, no problem. You're in. What's up, brother Doug? Good to see you here again. Right now, like I said, we're gone. Me and Hammerhand, we kind of disagreed on this a bit, like on the level of it. Yeah, I agree. There are some great things in the world, in our societies right now, but most of these great things are all still natural law. It has nothing to do with fucking government or man-place law. It is all natural law. Every fucking bit of it can be linked back to the freedom and the independence that comes with natural law. Like I said, murder is not cool, but self-defense, 100% fine. This young man and a bunch of others like him throughout probably 2 generations now have been fucking completely castrated to the point where defending themselves or their fucking family or their loved ones is like a heinous crime. Not only that, but you shouldn't expect that shit from me.
Well, I don't know if you heard this on MGTOW Values' stream. That young gentleman, his emphasis on being happy or happiness, to me, it was kind of like that was his goal, happiness, a feeling. He was and I'm like, who is this little dude? You're chasing a feeling?
I caught parts of it, but I did hear him talking about that and how Values was saying, like, essentially, we understand that you have been indoctrinated and you're very feminized just by the way you talk, and you talk about looking for happiness. Happiness comes with freedom. Happiness comes with success and liberation. That's a feeling that's attached to actions, not the other way around.
Well, see, that's what Values was trying to tell him, that trying to find happiness and hedonism is not going to lead you anywhere. And he kept coming back. So if having sex with 3 different people at 3 different times of the day, if that makes you happy, you're not supposed to do that. And he just wasn't getting the thing. It's like, is that happiness? Is that, that's detrimental. And then me and True Blood brought up in the chat, well, if killing people genuine makes you happy, then are you going to pursue that? And then he called us stupid and dumb for bringing that up. And it's like,
Where's the
you're
difference?
talking about chasing a feeling,
Yeah.
and we brought up a scenario of chasing a feeling, but we're wrong.
Yeah, see, there you go. He can't even see the logical side of it
Right.
because his indoctrination is so deep. He's lost. This young man that is up there right now, as much as I don't agree with PUAs and some of the things they do, Tatum is absolutely 100% right when it comes to the chastisement of this guy's fucking behavior. 100% on the money. And like I said, a lot of these PUAs drop a lot of great fucking red pill truth bombs, right? Some of them are just straight up fucking truth bombs. They don't need to be red pilled, blue pilled, or anything. They're just fucking the truth. And they cannot accept it. This is a grown man saying, and if I play it a little bit more, which I probably will, you will hear him say some fucked up shit. Just
Yeah,
like that young man that Values had on, right? Completely ass backwards. Rather than chasing the actions that lead to happiness, he's chasing the happiness, forgetting the actions. You know what I mean? But before we start, Brother Ike, hello, sir.
Oh, hello.
Did you like that intro? I don't know who made it, but it's fucking fantastic.
I did not see it. I was outside in the almost 100-degree weather.
Oh, brother, I got air conditioning tied in right now. I hope the noise, guys, isn't too bad. I forgot to ask, but it's fucking fantastic.
I've got my AC running, and the only problem I have with that is I have to put a sweater on when I get in my room because it's too fucking cold.
Oh, isn't that lovely? How are you tonight, brother?
Doing good, actually.
Good. So, Ike, you got anything you'd like to add to this? Because, I mean...
Well, the last thing I heard you say before I tried to get my camera set up, but then I'm like, this is too much work and stop. The last thing I heard you say was something to the effect of murder's not okay, but self-defense is?
Yeah, absolutely. Murder and self-defense, like murder in self-defense and murder are two different things.
Yeah, totally.
Totally two different things. Self-defense is not a crime against the natural law. You have a right to protect your life and the lives of the people around you. Right?
Yes.
From invading tribes or fucking random gunmen or psychopaths that just want to steal your shit, break into your house. When you break into my house, you literally sign on a dotted line that your life is completely forfeit.
There's
nothing.
There's a meme that's been going around the internet in a bunch of the gun circles. It was Brandon Herrera from his channel, Brandon Herrera. He's got like a minigun or something. He's pointing at the camera, and it says POV. When you decide my stuff is worth more than your life.
Amen. Amen. When you decide my stuff is worth more than your life, this is your fucking last sight.
Yep.
Last thing you see before you go to the pearly gates or wherever you want to believe you go, that's where you're going.
The guy that stopped that, what is it, Indiana mall shooter? Yeah, that wasn't murder.
No, that wasn't murder. He literally fucking defended the lives of everybody else in that mall.
Who knows how many more people would have died if that guy did not have a gun?
As many as fucking he would have had rounds for.
Like, the entire thing happened in 15 seconds. The guy killed 3 people, and that guy got up 10 shots within 15 seconds.
Yep.
Dude, he did such a good job, right, at laying that motherfucker down with a handgun at that range. All the fucking gun channels right now are doing recreations of his shooting.
Yes.
That's how fucking well he did. All of them. I mean, hundreds of millions of subs and guys that have been on here for fucking decades. They are essentially all like, dude, this young guy fucking nailed it. He literally pulled off a fucking Hail Mary that experts like us have a hard time doing.
I'd say textbook is what that guy did.
Kyle Rittenhouse was a fucking textbook as well.
Yep.
Right?
Well, if it was textbook, they wouldn't have had a fucking trial for it, but that was a show trial.
Yeah, that was a...
It might have been a show trial, but who's to say that this young man isn't going to be fucking next? Oh, let me guess. There wasn't enough black people involved? Wasn't enough fucking Antifa guys out there? Fuck them.
Well, the thing about...
Not in Indiana. The mayor of Greenwood hailed him as a hero. So,
Amen. Good.
You know,
good. You know what?
They're not going to have... Yeah, he's getting like certificates and
A hero's.
free popcorn.
Yeah.
He
and
should have.
That's what Kyle Rittenhouse should have gotten.
He literally,
Free
that guy
popcorn?
literally should have. Yeah, free popcorn. That guy literally should have had a hero's parade like the next week.
Sorry, Brandon, you're right. You know what? He missed with one. Maybe we should let him have a do-over. Give him a mulligan and say, "Hey,
Yeah.
go to downtown Chicago and fucking do it again. See if we can get your score up."
No, they should just.
See what you're seeing on the screen right here. These are the people that we're going to be fighting against. These young people.
Honestly, Indy, if I'm fighting against the one on the left and the one on the bottom, I'm good.
Yeah, but there's more of them. It's kind of like ants. you
Yeah.
know?
Oh yeah. Well, like I said, man, I'll play a little bit more of this, and you guys will get
Yeah,
even
go ahead.
more
Do it.
details of how fucked this young man's mind is, because it is, wow. Like when oh sorry, the tribe man guy came on and said there's plenty to go through, plenty of cringe. He wasn't lying. So we'll get into a little bit more of it. My little guy's at the door, so I'm going to play it for a little while.
You hear someone break in. Your girl turns to you and goes, "Someone's in the house. Someone's in the house." One of you has to go downstairs.
Why? Why did you go downstairs? Why have to go there?
Is
Why,
it you or
why do you have to go down there? Why?
It's your house, bro.
if you don't believe you have any kind of intrinsic masculine duty to at least attempt to protect your female, then that explains why we disagree on every single point.
Yes,
Because-
not. I'm gonna give you forward than that. I even have a even higher duty to not protect her, to not even protect myself. I have a duty
What a
Woman,
soy
to
boy.
survive. Surviving in that scenario means
I could not imagine, as somebody born in Eastern Europe with a traditional family, going to just even this scenario with my mother would be absolutely ridiculous if I told her, "Hey, somebody's breaking in the house and I'm going to send my girlfriend down there," because that's essentially what he'll say later in the thing, that I'm going to instead hide, and that my duty is, this is the selfishness. This is the very example of the weak man, right? To be a real man means to be selfless in society, to aspire to greater things, to ascend, to protect those around you, and to provide for your family. That is what a traditional masculine man does. What we have here is the beta male version of this post-fem world where they're selfish. It's all for themselves. My duty is to survive. Forget her. Forget everybody else in society. Forget my neighbors. Forget everything. Why do you think they want to churn out men like XQC? Men like XQC are perfect for those to be in power, easily controlled, never going to be out in the streets rioting, protesting why their rights are taken away. They'll always agree with every government initiative that strips power and freedom away from you. They'll do as they're told, like we've seen in the past few years. Everything is a yes, yes, yes. Do the studies, this, yes, everything. They agree with everything, even if it goes against them, because their inclination is a selfish me. I rather survive, even if I'm left with very little. Like somebody breaking into your house and taking your things, invading your space, your peace, endangering your life and your woman's, God forbid. We used an example where he's got kids here. What if he had kids? Is he going to still use the example where it's just me, bro? I'm going to survive at all costs. That's my duty. Forget my woman. Forget my kids.
And he's not wrong. Completely indoctrinated, completely castrated. Done. Easy. Push that easy button. Wouldn't you agree?
I do have a disclaimer.
Okay.
Later on in my marriage, I would have made her go look at what made the noise. Now, that was later on in the marriage. you
Yeah,
know.
okay. That's
Hey,
different,
yeah. Somebody's out front. Go see who it was.
though. Yeah. Well, I mean, I do.
Later in the marriage.
I do that right now. But when it comes to my kid, it's a big different story. You know what I mean? It's like, hey.
I mean, I
your
might tell
babe.
another individual, hey, she will be coming to the door. Not me, she will. Just, a random stranger. Homeless guy. FedEx driver.
FedEx driver. But yeah, did the insanity, and like I said, this guy is far from alone now. You know what I mean? He had the exact same mindset as that young woman that I knew fucking 23 years ago. Right now, I can throw a fucking stone and hit a guy like him.
Well, I
And
live in
this-
Portland, so I probably have an easier time of doing that.
Really?
All right, I don't live in Portland. I live near Portland.
You can flick a pebble and fucking hit 3 of them.
You're just go downtown. You just look in any direction. You'll probably see some fucking soy faggot out there.
Yeah, he is Gunsight. That's his handle is XQC. Apparently a Twitch streamer, right? So, but wow, yeah, no. When I heard this shit, I was fucking like blown away. Blown away. I mean, guys, when you're fucking hunting down somebody who's breaking into your house, okay, it's okay to be scared. It's okay to be fucking terrified.
It's a scary thing to
Yeah.
search after somebody that might be trying to hurt you or somebody
Yeah.
that you love.
Exactly. I mean, like I said, I have a known serial killer less than 2 kilometers away. He is
How far is a
literally-
kilometer?
Well, 2 kilometers is still under 1 mile.
Oh, okay. So we're gonna use actual measurements now.
Yeah, if you want to. Okay, do you want me to like use yards or something?
I'm just kidding. It's fine.
Okay, well,
Do you got
He's a-
GPS location?
yeah, I can. But he's less than 5 minutes. If I were to hop in the car right now, I would be at his house in less than 5 minutes. My nearest police is 45 fucking minutes away,
Jesus Christ.
right? This guy has killed at least 7 people. But they can only find one because they don't give 2 fucks, right?
Yeah.
Leave it to the Mounties to not be able to do any work.
Dude, did I tell you guys the story about the chick who's been missing for 6 fucking years and she was in a burn pile on
Burn. Yeah.
On his
Yeah.
property?
on the property where they lived, where she was, her and her
Jesus.
boyfriend were renting the apartment off a friend of ours, right? And on that property, they didn't even search that well enough to find a fucking body in a burn pile.
Good God.
They've
Who
been
runs your
looking
fucking
for her.
government?
Dude, they've been looking for her for fucking, well, this would have been 7 years. 7 years. And it's like, yeah, no wonder you haven't found the rest of the bodies. No wonder. But yeah, like I said, he's 5 minutes away. Police, to outsource it, as Tatum will say, to outsource your protection is 45 minutes away. Why the fuck do you think I don't keep a loaded gun in my house? Because that makes perfect fucking sense to anybody with a grain of sense. If I hear someone fucking breaking into this house, I am not going to stop until I'm empty or I'm dead. One of two things is going to happen, but one of us ain't going fucking home no more. It ain't going to happen, man. I don't care how fucking illegal the goddamn government says it is. Fuck their laws. Fuck them to the moon. That's what you should be saying to all of it. And you know, like I said, murder is not right. Certain laws make perfect sense, but they would have made sense without a government as well. You know what I mean? It'd be like the government coming in and saying, well, we declare that the sky is blue. Therefore, the sky is blue now. You can say it. Well, I could have opened my eyes and looked up and said, yeah, that's fucking pretty blue.
Yeah, I can't say the sky's blue unless Dr. Anthony Fauci tells me it is.
There you go.
Well, it's like you're supposed to be tried by a jury of your peers. I mean, it used to be where, you know, you lived in a community. If Joe the asshole was an asshole to everybody and everything, and he got drunk, got out of line, and pulled a pistol, and someone pulled a pistol and shot him, you might still have to have a trial, but all your peers, yeah, he was an asshole. We saw it all. You know, you do the gamble,
Yeah.
and you went on. Everybody trusted the court system. Even guilty or innocent, you still went through the process.
Why do you
know?
think I keep stating that I would rather use the criminal court for my next separation and battle for my youngest son than use the fucking family court?
Oh, I believe that.
It's not, you can believe it. You can write a check against it. And I have no problems admitting it. None. I will use the fucking criminal court because at least there, nobody's getting paid if I'm guilty any different than if I'm innocent. In the family courts, everybody gets paid if I'm guilty. So guess what we walk into? Guilty verdict, before you walk in the door. I'll take my 50-50 chances. Thank you very fucking much.
Oh yeah. Well, that's the kid's mom never did pay child support. I took it to court a couple times. They didn't do anything, and I'm like, I gave up. It's like I'm not going into this monkey shit show.
Yeah,
I'm not
and
taking off work to go in here.
They
No.
wouldn't. Not for you.
It's not worth even going into court, guys. I mean,
Yeah.
really, the best way you can deal with the court system today is don't even go in.
No, and I mean, like I said, we've all seen the results of, 16 to 20-year-olds, being raised by single mothers. But trust me, guys, they are out there in their 40s. This young man might be only 22 to, I mean, I think he looks anywhere between 28 and 30. But when I was 18 or 19, I was meeting people with the exact same mindset. Exact same.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So the fact that you can find fucking 50-year-old men that believe they're fucking 9-year-old little girls and think the idea of defending yourself or having the ability to defend your own life is fucking, somehow racist or some shit.
See, that's when it's I guess, an increasing shock to me growing up in a standard nuclear family, strong parents,
Mhm.
and rural, and we didn't have to deal with this shit. And then it just seemed like it was a tidal wave, and it just came over society, or is coming over society.
It's a cancer. It's a disease.
Yeah, something's spreading.
It's a fucking disease that is spreading uncontrollably. And you know what, guys? They're admitting it. Everybody's now admitting what we have been saying for years, that everything is going to go down fucking hill. By this September, people are willing to admit now in government positions
Hold
that
on.
we're going to fucking see famines. We're going to see shortages on everything. We're in the fucking middle of an economic collapse. And that's the only upside to this fucking scenario, is that these type of people, right, and their ideology cannot survive hard times.
The
Hey,
Biden administration just said we weren't in a recession.
Oh,
So,
and like I
They
said,
redid the definition of recession.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I literally said that opening up. I am now tonight, right before I started this stream, I am now tonight seeing on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and what's the other one I'm on? I can't remember. They're all there. You can find
Instagram?
somebody.
OnlyFans.
No,
OnlyFans.
but
Only buttholes.
you can find somebody that is actually regurgitating that shit. The last one I just read on Facebook was some fucking bank teller or something, or bank administrator, that was saying, "Oh, our fucking bank doesn't see this coming. We're not in an economic collapse. We're not in a fucking recession. We're not going head first in the depression." So they're already regurgitating it to try to spread it like the cancer it is.
Hey, I do have a glimmer of hope. Did you guys see that government representative senator, I don't know, for Northwestern Florida or whoever? They asked him, so what's your opinion, blah, 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 about the abortion? They're just a bunch of fat, obese troublemakers outside these places.
Yeah,
I forget the
saw
whole
that.
thing. Did you see that?
Yeah, that was
I'm
on
telling
Fox
you, if he
Street, and that was
did,
fucking
if he
hilarious.
gets 150 million votes or whatever in the hell, if we can push people like this somewhere, at least to slow shit down. If shit's gonna crash, guys, if shit's gonna crash, you got to think of it like an airplane. Get as low to the ground as you can, and flare up and stall, and hope you're close,
Hey man,
like 10 feet, and just go straight down. Go boom.
yeah, like fucking.
You don't wanna go in
hold the
hard.
fuck on.
You don't want to go in hard.
Yeah, and I've stated this many times in the, like, I don't have a whole lot of experience, and I don't have a whole lot of space, but I'm doing what I can to keep producing my own food here, and it's coming in more and more every day. Do I believe I'll have enough to get me and my kids through a winter? No, probably not. But I'm going to last a fuck of a lot longer than some people.
Most average people, like in like America at least, have maybe 3 days worth of food on hand.
Yeah. No more or no less than what the actual city usually has. And I mean, that's one thing I find is like almost like I guess it was the canary in the coal mine, the fact that our cities grew so fucking big and had so much so many people that didn't even know how the process goes anymore. It was almost like design.
I heard so there was I can't remember where it was. I think it was just someplace in California, but it might have been someplace on the East Coast. But there was a town comprised mostly of African American people where the stores kept getting robbed. And so they shut down all of the grocery stores within like a couple mile radius. And now this poor neighborhood, comprised mostly of black people, is a food desert because these fucking black people wouldn't stop robbing the fucking store.
Well, Ike, on top of that, have you ever seen any of their native countries? They're not fucking suburban fucking wonderlands. They're fucking shitholes.
Well, the best parts of Africa were colonized by fucking Europe.
Yeah, Cape Town held on the longest. Now it's a shithole.
Oh yeah, they started taking farms from white people and literally killing them.
Yeah. Dude.
Oh yeah, and the farms went downhill, and now they're starving and everything because they ran all the.
Oh, yeah, they took people that knew how to farm out of the country, and they gave it to people that didn't know how to farm, and now there's no fucking food.
Yeah. I mean, okay, that's your culture's fucking way. That is your culture's way, right? To just basically do as little as possible and steal as much as possible from everyone else around you. That is their cultural way. That is their nature. That's why they can't change when they grow up, even in Central America or Canada, where it's like literally the fucking heartland of the heartland. They can't fucking even adapt to that. They still want to steal other people's shit and do as little as possible. Not that I'm saying that all black people are lazy, but a good majority of them are.
Yeah, JR, yeah, that was racist.
Yeah, it was racist. I'm fine.
Oh no, guys, I've been around black people that were cussing black people.
Dude,
I've seen black people go off on black people. It's like, wow.
My old neighbor Teddy, who lived in the next building beside me there in Wisconsin when I lived there. When I first moved there, I met him. And then I met the neighbor on the other side of me, who was as white and hillbilly-ish as you fucking can think of. And I don't mean like the good hillbilly I mean the bad hillbilly. Like, he was a hillbilly wannabe. You know what I mean? So he took what people use as a stereotype for hillbillies, he took that to the extreme, and it was like religious.
So the stereotype, you use that as a manual on how to live life.
Yeah, essentially, he took that as a manual on how to live fucking life. And I mean, he was one of the worst people I fucking met. My neighbor Teddy was one of the hardest working motherfuckers I ever knew.
Yep.
It ain't all of them. Unfortunately, it's a fucking lot of them. And
inner city.
Yeah, inner city. And even the music that comes from people of their race, it promotes the idea of doing nothing and just getting dollar bills, yo.
So just really quick on a side note, there used to be a subreddit, but they since got rid of it. But it was a subreddit. It was R Black Fathers, and when you went there, it would say there seems to be nothing here.
Seems to be nothing here. Hey man, back in the day, they were some of the hardest working motherfuckers out there.
Oh yeah.
Well, we have abortion to thank for that.
Yeah, well, we have the
Because-
separation of fathers from families to help thank for that, because that's where it started.
Well, also abortion also caused the whole like I can sleep around and sleep with whoever the fuck I want craze, and like after Roe v. Wade got overturned, everybody felt like it was the end of the world, and a lot of women are like, "Well, there goes hookup culture. Good.
Yeah.
Let's get the fatherless crisis under check here, guys. Fuck off. Don't go sleep around. Find the man that you want to be with and spend the rest of your time with."
Yeah.
Well, I can say, being a hooligan in the 80s, you were still scared of her dad. And there were still plenty of dads around.
Fuck
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, fuck yeah.
It wasn't, though I wasn't inner city, but I'm still saying in the 80s, you were still scared. Well, even if the dad wasn't in the household, you was worried about it. Because at least mom and dad kind of talked back. You know what I mean?
Yeah, there was an interaction in the family. Not anymore.
Mom and dad
No,
might
no.
not go along, but both of them would beat your ass.
Look at this crazy
Together.
fucker. Look at this crazy
Oh,
fucker
God.
who just came in here.
Oh man.
It's Doug. What up, Doug?
Hey, Chris. Are you guys hearing any crazy feedback?
No, I'm not hearing anything from you.
Okay. Man, it's good to
Great.
see you guys. Thanks for letting me come in for a minute.
Crazy
You do, brother.
visuals, but your audio's good.
Yeah, I know I'm a kind of a weird looking fella, but I just felt I don't know.
I was like
Does it
2
get dark in
seconds.
your room?
Look at
Yeah,
Ike.
it's dark.
You're
I like-
weird.
I'm
Where
wearing a
was that
fucking-
hat, man?
I'm wearing my American hat, my American flag, poor boy. I've also got a Blockbuster Be Kind Rewind T-shirt on.
Oh my god. Oh
Yes.
my god. How old are you?
Yes.
I bought this like a month ago at the
It's a
last
reprint.
Blockbuster.
It's that nostalgia shit.
Oh, I literally bought this from Blockbuster like a month ago.
Well, we got crazy drunk in the back, but he's not connecting with any device, so
Hey, go on eBay and look at a Guns N' Roses official concert T-shirt from 1987.
That'd be cool.
Last one I saw was $400.
Oh god.
but well, here's the thing. My New Zealand girlfriend, before she left, she actually went to one of the last Tom Petty concerts.
Oh,
T-shirts there,
Oh,
and then he
damn.
fucking died like a
Dude.
month later.
I showed. Yeah, he was here in Indy month and a half, 2 months before he died, and I didn't go, and I'm still kicking myself.
What's up, crazy drunk?
Oh, not much. I just want to add to the fact that when that Roe v. Wade shit happened, I was working at the zoo in the background in the places where nobody gets to see at the Henry Dorley in Omaha, and it was funny as hell to hear the feminists just blow the fuck up when Roe v. Wade got turned over. I was like, holy fuck. I was like, I'm glad I wasn't in there. I was in the background fucking hearing it. And it's like they could have fucking literally, if they were a nuke, they would have blown the fuck up and took out Omaha. It was fucking hilarious.
Dude, I couldn't just imagine the crazy fucking rees that we heard going on down there. I mean, just from what I saw from the news was fucking glorious.
What's the
That
what's
is
that
glorious.
video of the girl from the Trump inauguration? No,
I'm sorry.
You know,
I got
Oh
one
my
for you
God.
guys. I heard this today, and it was really weird. Indianapolis, they were discussing it, how they're going to change Indianapolis, Indiana laws for abortion. They were screaming outside, but I got to find
Who's
out
that?
who this chick
Who's
was.
that? Sorry.
This legislator up there, and it was a lady. She said that they need to outlaw abortion even in incest and rape. I mean, this chick was going off like, no, a life is a life, period.
nice.
And I was kind of like, at which it was just weird hearing somebody go that far.
Well, I mean, that wasn't
I mean-
considered extreme, though, Indy. Lots of people right now are probably still alive because of a rape. You know what I mean? Like, they were a rape baby.
I
Yeah.
I'm
went to a
a product of one. I am
There
a
you go.
product of one. From
I went
way
to
back.
a talk, and like it was like some sort of like Christian like youth thing or whatever. But a lady gave like it was like a sex talk or something, talking about STDs and whatever. And when she ended her thing, she's like, "Yeah, I was the result of a rape, and my
Yes.
mom was at the abortion clinic, and then she left, and now I'm here to be able to talk
Yeah.
to you guys."
Similar story.
Yeah, I think I have an uncle that was a product of a rape. You know, it happens more often than you thought. Now, the incest thing, I mean, fuck, that just shouldn't be a fucking discussion. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
incest shouldn't fucking happen. But when you got Hunter Biden who's getting foot jobs from his niece, I mean, what do you expect? Right?
Yeah.
Well, you got to look at incest too in the biological terms of the viability of the fetus.
It's
You know
not
what I
good.
mean?
It's not good.
Yeah, because you
Yeah.
got to understand that when a child is born with conditions, special needs, or whatever, it's a drain.
Oh, absolutely.
So, I mean,
Mm-hmm.
you know, a child back in the 1800s with Down syndrome, they would probably euthanize, if you will.
Oh,
because
fuck
it's
you,
like,
Spartans.
Well, it's like this
It's
one
been
child,
Yeah,
a viable
Spartans
child,
didn't fuck
might
around.
die.
They fucking check them motherfuckers out, right?
It's been
Yeah,
done.
but that was, I mean, more extreme because they were doing it because they were going for genetic, a certain style of community.
Yeah, they wanted a perfect child.
A warrior
there could be no-
class.
yeah, there could be no flaws. Now,
Same
Yeah,
as the
you're-
Nazis.
you're right, and I mean,
Mhm.
here's the thing. I know you guys have heard me say this before, but I strongly believe that most women do not love their children, no matter what position they're in right now, whether they're with the father, without the father.
My mom hates
most,
me.
Most of them didn't love you from the get-go.
Yeah.
From the get-go, okay? And I've spoken about
Now
it
I think
before.
about it, yeah, I believe that.
Yeah,
Well-
men love in a different way, right? We love unconditionally. We love, our children. We have loved other people's children that were nothing to us by blood, but we have taken care of them. One of the greatest examples has actually finally gotten some recognition after about 20 years of fucking doing this, but he was adopting these children from the local hospital that were essentially fetal alcohol syndrome children or crack
Fuck.
babies
Right.
or very genetically flawed, blind, deaf, all that shit, and he would love these children as long as they lived. And he's buried over 27 children that he took care of. He loved every fucking one of them. He does it to this day. That is the love a man can give
Yeah.
to children. The love mothers can give to children is based on conditions.
I gotta go to the
There's
pizza
still,
guy.
there's at least got to be, you got to give females a 1% totally, uprighteous, good mother.
Oh,
I
there's
feel
good.
I had one, like
There-
1%.
Not all of them. I'm just saying you're gonna find it more often with men than you ever will with women.
Indy, you got no doubt in the fact that my mother is the reason why I'm in a financial utopia right now because I fucking fucked up. Basically, she made me buy a house, and buying a house is not something at the time was a good idea. I was basically, at the time, I was going to live paycheck to paycheck, and I didn't see myself affording the situation. Because of her 10 years ago, I'm about to buy my fucking house and 24,000 left. And I'm making more money now and I got fucking money to piss away and I don't give a fuck. And that's because of my mother. And it's because she was a financial she was poor as fuck. All right. She was born in Taiwan and so I'm half Taiwanese. And anyway, she She was born in Taiwan, one of 7 brothers and sisters. I think all the brothers have died, basically. And so she's like one of 4 siblings left. And anyway, poor as fuck, knows what poverty is. Because of that, she's not normal like most women today.
Mhm.
And because of that, she became financially smart as fuck. And because of her, I'm in the situation where I'm in today. Granted, she would probably wish I gave her grandbabies, but that's my older brother's problem, not mine.
Right.
And yeah, not everybody's not all women are the same. That ain't no shit. My mom is the exact reason why I have a good life right now, and at the same time, she makes me miserable as fuck because she wants me to give her grandbabies because she's a cunt.
Well,
But it's
crazy.
diminishing returns. Look at the video. Diminishing returns of society. If you keep going down this road.
We're getting feedback there. I'm pretty sure this is Frank again with his new
Okay.
persona.
I gotta go. I'll be back later though.
All right, brother.
Hey,
Hank.
I
Have a
like
good night,
your
bud.
Blockbuster hat.
Oh, thank you.
All right, who is Henzy? Henzy.
Heinz.
Heinz. It's Frank. I bet you're fucking Frank. See, it's fucking Frank.
It's me, Henry Kissinger.
Well, whatever. I like ketchup.
Kissinger.
You call
Holy shit, it's Kissinger.
Oh my god.
This is my photo when I was Heinz. I had to change my name so the Western world could accept me more. So we could, stay in the Vietnamese war to sell some more weapons under
You have
President
you can get
Nixon.
anything done.
It's me, Henry. I want you to own nothing with Klaus.
No,
How are you
Kissinger ran the
gentlemen
United States.
tonight?
We
Yes,
have
I'm
rights running
still
the country.
running. I'm still running. I visited every president since the mid-70s hundreds of
Listening to you
times.
makes me feel constipated. I swear to God.
Oh god, Frank. What the
Play the
fuck are
video.
you- what the fuck are you gonna come up with next?
Step all over him and press the video.
Kick him.
Step.
Well, do you know it's been real talk this entire time?
Oh, never mind. It's not Frank.
Is it real talk?
That's real talk.
Yeah.
What's up, real talk?
Oh, dude.
What's going on, boys?
That was a new one.
Holy
that
fuck.
Oh yeah,
The Kissinger was new.
he's another guy that we just gotta appreciate it. You know, he's one of the controllers, you could say, or front bosses. He's a front boss, just like Soros.
Kissinger was bigger than Soros in the day.
Oh, he is. No, he definitely is.
He
but
was 5 times Soros back in the day.
yeah,
I don't know about now.
they know he's not to cut you off, Indy, but like your generation especially knows the wickedness of that man, and my generation isn't really fond until they hear quotes where he talks about military men being dumb, stupid animals meant to serve as pawns for the bankers and foreign policy relations. You know, all big picture shit. And until you see the big picture, you don't really see the detriment of a man like Heinz. That's what his name was, but he changed it to Henry when he got into the United States political scheme, because Heinz, coming from Germany, wouldn't have been as palatable for Americans, especially after World War II. You know what's crazy? Heinz in the 50s sounds like us today. The freedom-loving men we are, he was actually speaking freedom, but he became compromised because it turns out that the interview is called Kay Griggs Speaks. She was an army general's wife, and he would come home drunk and spill all the secrets of behind-the-door operations. But she pretty much blows the lid and says that Henry Kissinger is a raging homosexual behind closed doors, and he's been compromised. Pretty much in the 50s, he's speaking freedom and truth. They probably found out about his fucking past, and then he had to change his tune and became like the maniacal evil piece of shit that he is today. So it's fucked up to see video evidence of him speaking like benevolence and like good-heartedness, and then the complete 180 in the 70s, like that, of Heinz. I've seen some footage that blew my mind in black and white with that picture that I showed you guys. It was like him speaking, and it was just sounded like the best-hearted, political-driven guy you've ever really heard of. And he was like, it was like I don't know how to explain it. You've never really heard someone speak like that who's been an evil piece of shit, as we know. You know what I'm saying? Like, to change their whole entire perspective and do this 180 flip-flop, it's like, damn, they must have really found some fucking dirt. Yeah, he's still alive. It's crazy. I think he's going to get to see the world burn before he dies.
Oh, without a doubt. And I kind of wanted to address what Big Lebowski put up here, and, to go back on it. I fully agree. And I think most of the men in this fucking channel, most of the men in the world should really accept the fact that women do see their children as a possession to be used, disposed of, when it's there at their convenience. Wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
Nice cover, brother.
I gotta go say, my brother's married. I hope to God he wins the lottery, because I swear to God, if he gets burned, right now his kids are probably 7 to 8 years old, and he's winning. Thank God.
Thank God. Amen. I'm not religious, but fuck whatever. Whatever deity you want to thank, we'll start thanking. Because they all don't matter to me. You know what I mean?
Well, my biggest thing is I could have animosity to my brother. He's a good dude, and he's kept me in his life without giving me reason to say go fuck himself. So with that said, he's a good dude. The wife is a weird anomaly. She's Mexican, and conservative as fuck. And when I say Mexican, she's not an American. She wasn't American when she became an American. My parents paid for that before they got married. And so now she's a Mexican American, and she's conservative as fuck.
Well, it's funny because we keep seeing that as well, where fucking these, obviously the leftists and of course the white BLM fucking Antifa types are all going around calling them Latinas now. And
hey, did you guys hear the new
yeah,
one?
you're right. Latinx. And they're just fucking like.
Have you?
Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I thought I was muted. Did you guys hear the new one? The Filipino X or Phil? Look it up. It just broke in the last few days.
It's definitely Latinx.
Filipino X, yeah.
Well, with the Latinx thing, like, they've got actual Latin people laughing their fucking asses off at them and getting sometimes pissed off because why the fuck are you calling us Latinx or Latinx or whatever the fuck when we're Latinos, right? Like, going completely against. This is literally the pot calling the kettle black, and the fucking kettle won't accept it. They can't accept that reality when a Mexican person looking them square in the fucking eyes and saying, whatever the fuck you've decided to call us today is actually more offensive than what you've been saying for like 40, 50,000 fucking years. Go back. Go back. Stop doing that. Oh, we're here for Latinos, Latinxos, what the fuck ever. Retarded. Beyond retarded. Just like this guy. Beyond retarded. What do you do? Oh, yeah, I haven't mentioned it yet, guys, but the PayPal link that's up there, any of the donations that we get until the BC meetup, that's all going to be going towards that. So if you guys want to throw in a couple bucks, I highly appreciate it. So will the guys. So yeah, going on.
Well,
sorry.
I guess Ike researched that, and Americans still have to have some kind of vax or something. Oh, Ike's gone.
I don't know for sure. Apparently, from what Ike was saying, yeah, that you still need it. Oh my God. Stupid, sexy Flanders.
Yeah.
And see, I'm not getting
I
backs,
didn't want to
guys.
do this, but I wanted to come on and see Chris play the goddamn video.
You want to hear more of this?
Well, Saunders, we'll hear the video when we see your butthole. How about that?
Saunders, you could have called him. You could have
Yeah,
called him.
you could have called or text. The fuck's wrong with you?
Yeah, I guess I could have. You're right on that.
How
No, I
rude.
love the banter. I love this panel. I love the chat, man. But dude, it's like a dick tease. We've got about a minute and a half for this video played on an hour and 15-minute stream, dude. And I want to fucking see the shit is driving me insane.
All right. Everybody,
Rotate.
All right.
Tell you what,
Rotate.
donate $5 to everybody, and you will play it.
Wow.
No, go ahead and unsub and dislike his video until he plays the damn thing.
All right, let's see where this goes. It's hilarious. It's funny. It's worth the watch. So let's go.
If somebody breaks into the house, listen, Andrew. If somebody breaks into the house, he is more likely than not likely to have a certain tool to get in or a weapon. If I do not possess that weapon, right, I am not going down there with bare hands because we will both die.
You can have a weapon. I'm not saying you don't have a weapon. I'm saying.
Another all, and then you break it down. Another fucking argument like that, bro. You need to stop doing that.
I was assuming you had a bat. I was bringing a bat down.
You need to stop doing that shit again. Start with a blanket argument and then breaking it down. You gotta stop doing that.
You're making very simple questions complicated. Let me change the question.
Again, twice.
You're upstairs. No, it's not. I'm changing the question because your answers are stupid. So I'm doing
I love
your
that.
answers are stupid, bro. Because everyone knows that you have a duty to protect your woman, and you're pretending you don't.
I don't agree. I don't. Not even a little bit, bro.
Well, then perhaps you are a coward. But let me give you the last
perfect
chance.
weak man.
In a way, he is protected.
I
No,
survived.
hold on, guys. Listen. This is crazy to me because it's both going over both of your comments are going over each other's heads. Okay, listen, your tactic. Listen, both of you have the same instinct as a male. Okay, your tactics are different. Do you understand? You're both agreeing with each other. You're just arguing whose tactic is better, which is irrelevant to the argument. Both of you have the instinct to protect your woman, and the woman has the instinct to protect the man. Your tactics are just different. Yours is to go downstairs and to manhandle the dude. XQC's is more tactical in the sense where she wants to.
But the guy's a gun. The guy's a gun.
I know it's not wrong. It's not bad. What you're saying is fine.
Then what?
Both of you
Then
agree.
what?
The instinct is to survive and protect.
No one said.
Well, here in America, everybody I know is armed. Everybody carries, including myself. So the scenario of you don't have a gun, it's just highly unlikely. If you are in any way the archetype of Tate or any traditional masculine man, you're probably armed. You probably have a few guns. You probably went to the range and shot them. You may have hunted or not, but you do have protection. If you look like the archetype of the modern man, XQC, you probably never picked up a weapon in your life. So, of course, the first thought he has is, I don't have a gun. What if that guy has a gun? I'm not going to go down there to die. Disgusting.
Said the guy has a gun, and we're not. And
Both of you are right.
So now the guy doesn't have a gun.
Point I'm trying to make is that if somebody in this hypothetical, if somebody has to deal with the threat and engage, if someone did, between you and your female partner, who would be the person who decides to deal with the threat? You or the girl?
I think it's irrelevant.
Yeah, it's sort of like whoever
Answer
can
the
have
fucking
the
question.
best outcome.
Oh my god, he never does. But that's fucking stupid shit. Like, who deals with the threat? Have you guys never heard of fucking self-sacrifice? Like, okay, someone breaks into your house armed, you're not. Right? Okay. I don't give a fuck. I have a kid here. The mom's gonna fucking go with the kid, and I'm gonna do everything I can while fucking getting shot or stabbed or beaten to make sure that their attention is on me and not him. Duh, motherfucker. But they're built to cower in a fucking corner now.
That's
Curl
really
into the speed position and fucking take it.
Yeah. I mean, that's traditional standards, right?
That's nature. Their
It's
has
nature,
been-
yeah.
Yeah, this guy's nature has been fucking drained from him. This
Well, it
is
looks
not
like a
his
pussy.
nature. Dude,
I was
not
still
only
would
does he
send
look-
the ex-wife down there.
Okay, yeah. I mean, ex-wives first, right?
That's a good idea, Indy. I'm sending my ex-wife down to do it.
Yeah, dude. Ex-wives first.
have you guys-
obviously. What's up, Brother Chaos?
Now, does that
I get paid to see it.
Fuck, are you kidding? I'd invite him in.
Yeah.
I
Coffee?
mean,
Beer?
let's all say in an observational manner, seeing something outside of ourselves in the world today, what they've done just to the male shorts. If you go to buy some fucking shorts, they're like 6 inches shorter than what the fuck they used to be, like 10 years ago. And you got to ask yourself, why do the males dress look more feminine than it ever used to? I walked into a Target and saw the color palettes that they're trying to put into men's clothes. And I asked the person working there, like, what's going on with this? Like, these colors look like they should be like in the women's clothes. Like, I thought this was women's clothes in the men's section. And then I realized, oh, this is all by design.
Brother, you didn't see men's like swim shorts in the fucking 50s. They were essentially briefs.
Wasn't that mustache motherfucker, that was a big hard on for a lot of bitches? He had like thigh high fucking shorts on. I can't remember
Is that Anthony Lifestyle?
Fuck, dude, I need to look it up. I feel like an asshat for even bringing it up.
I don't know. I mean, I could see Anthony Lifestyle wearing short shorts.
We're talking about a manly dude.
Or Maxer.
Or Maxer. Yeah, so oh, but yeah, like this young man's nature and many of them are just it's fucking obliterated, man. Father, son, there's unarmed or armed. Are you gonna fucking defend your children against somebody fucking trying to kill them?
I'm going down regardless, man. It doesn't matter. That's the way it fucking is.
We're going postal.
Whether my son's here or not, whether my mom's here or not, it doesn't matter. First of all, I got 2 dogs up there, and if you fucking look at my dog sideways, I'll fucking kill you. And secondly, you came into my dwelling without my permission, so I'm going to kill you twice.
Yeah, well, like I stated earlier.
You should have thought better the first time, because now you're dead twice. I don't know if that's possible, but I'm going to make it possible.
Well, it's like I said earlier, man. If you break into my house, you literally forfeited your life at the fucking threshold.
Yeah,
you forfeited your life.
Now I know because I'm a straight white male with fucking military background and PTSD, I'm gonna get fucking destroyed.
Now let's just say they step on your property, but they don't come in your house. What's
it depends. Like if you're fucking around near my car, it's a good chance you're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
My car was fucked with when I was going through my divorce. It got egged. It got BB gunned, and I can't be convinced otherwise because I know what BB fucking dents in a car looks like. I didn't catch it. I didn't have a camera on it or any of that stuff. I noticed it the next day. This was years ago, and it's just coward tactics. I don't know who did it. I don't care. All I know is that people will try to do shit when the person has no idea what's going on because they're not man or woman enough to come up and do that and be like, hey, I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like I said, I have no problems with people crossing the yard, just to kind of use it as a shortcut or something.
Yeah, if there's like a sidewalk there or something, I don't have that. I have a straight sidewalk, vertical. I don't have the side one where you can walk across my lawn. Like something like, I mean, that does exist in my town, and I never thought anything of it. It's just people walking by, so it's whatever.
Yeah.
But,
no, your intent. If I sense that your intent is fucking hostile or threatening or thievy in any way, you're fucked. You are so fucked.
And I can't even defend myself with a weapon right now, guys, because my weapon rights were taken from me via my fucking divorce with domestic assault and all that shit. I have to expunge those. I have to expunge those rights to even get my gun rights back, even though I was trained with every fucking weapon system you can fucking dream of. Being an infantry in the military, I can't even fucking pistol.
Get a crossbow.
You're the neighbor I want that will be armed. I mean, that's,
You ever
everybody
seen
on
that-
here's one that I want to
No.
be armed.
Come
I
on,
was gonna say-
Saunders, go Game of Thrones. Get a crossbow.
You ever
Well,
seen that Russian dude that fucking makes all his fucking weapons out of fucking like
There we go.
elastic shit? He's got like crossbows and shit. He got a fucking rapid fire goddamn minigun
Oh,
out of a
you
crop.
mean, the Slingshot channel.
Yeah.
Dude, I got a
Yeah.
good. I got a good alternative. All those are great and very feasible, man. But I got another alternative. I got these motherfucking hands. You're gonna catch these fucking hands. What you're gonna catch?
Well, you're unarmed, so you're fucked. But still, going back to the topic, even unarmed, you don't fucking care. Like I said, strip down naked and fucking go fucking Cambodian style on 'em. Who the fuck cares, right?
Hey, I got knives. I got sledgehammers. I got bats. So I mean,
There you
I've got
go.
something.
Got a
I've got
There you go. You ain't fucking just gonna lie down in the fucking corner and say, "Well,
No, you don't do
what
that.
you want."
Look, there's something you just don't fucking do. You don't cross a man's fucking line. You don't do it. You just fucking don't do it, and you damn sure don't bring it to his home. You just don't do it.
Hey,
Well,
Saunders,
apparently
you
can
can
with
use a
this guy.
pencil.
This guy right here is totally willing to let you come into his home, fuck him and his wife or girlfriend, whatever the fuck it is.
Is it Will
No
Smith?
problem. No,
Oh, is it Will Smith?
he's going after the new Cuck Awards though.
It was Will Smith. I only got to worry about a slap. I'm good.
Yeah, no,
yeah, I don't think this guy could even slap.
This
Indy,
XQ
what,
guy,
Indy,
he's
what were you
totally
gonna,
fine.
What were you gonna ask, Indy?
A pencil.
Yeah, I'll go
If
John
somebody
Quick.
comes in your house, you
I'll
can
go
just
John
use a
Quick.
pencil. Who can
I'll
fucking
go
do that?
Pencil.
Who
There
can
you go.
fucking do that?
Yeah.
Oh, in the jugular.
There you go.
John
And,
Wick.
Yep.
Mr.
John
Pliskin's
Wick.
right. Man. Be that knife thrower. I'm
I got
busting-
chopsticks, dude.
Fucking
Have
very
you
good,
guys
man.
ever? I was gonna ask if you guys ever thought about someone breaking in. They better know the layout of your place. You know, you better know the blueprint of my spot if you try to break into it and you got a gun, because when we're talking extreme close quarters, like I'm right around the fucking corner, I'm telling you what, on Braveheart style, man, like a 12-pound sledge to the head, like a watermelon, kaboom. You take that sledge to his head, he's going to explode.
Hey, real talk, I
Well-
got one better for you. Have a basement with night vision, just like Silence of the Lambs. Cut
Okay.
the
Yeah.
power.
There
Silence of the
you
Lambs,
go.
baby.
There you go. I was thinking the same thing, cutting the power.
Indy,
Here's
you
the thing
started
about
scaring me,
Them
dude.
fuckers.
I got to explain night vision to you because I used it in the military. I got to explain it to you. It's not going to work in a pitch black area. Night vision works because there's still moonlight out. If
Yeah.
it's completely fucking dark, night vision doesn't work like the movies show you. Okay, I know
Okay.
because I lived it.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
you have
need
to have in the middle.
infrared. Infrared
But
is all.
What about
I don't
thermal?
need
Yeah.
night vision- I
Yeah,
don't need
thermal.
night vision in my house because I know how many steps it is from here to my toilet. I know how many steps I have, and I know how many steps it is to go upstairs to my fucking living room. Just because I'm weird like that, I know my
He-
step.
He's going pitch
That's
black.
not weird. That's like common sense, dude.
Yeah, it's
I,
you know.
I wake up in the middle of the night to use the fucking toilet and fucking I just lights off. I don't fucking need to turn the lights on. I just fucking go sit
Yeah.
down for a minute because guess what? That's what it is.
Hey,
Yeah.
look,
Can I-
I actually like my house layout because although I'm on the second floor, there's a patio out there.
So am I.
I can just literally like jump down, walk up behind them to wherever they broke in through, and just fucking shoot them right in the back.
Well, my thing is guy, like I said earlier in the comments, I have a 870 Express. It's got 7 rounds and it's 12 gauge and it's open barrel. So, if I have to empty it, well, that means I couldn't hit shit. And if I open up my safe and I couldn't win, I obviously wasn't going to win. I was an idiot.
Well,
I just, I would do it for the sheer thing, not because I'm a masculine man. I would do it because I couldn't look at myself in the mirror the next day if I did do something.
with this kid's attitude, though, I mean, fuck, how he does it. This guy is literally saying you can fucking break into his house and have your fucking way with it. I'm not
Now-
going to do anything to stop you.
I'd fuck him in the ass.
I'd
Can
fuck
I
his
a-
girlfriend
can
and
I-
then I'd fuck him.
I'm sorry. Can I ask you guys a question about this?
Go ahead, Doug.
I keeping the major cities out of the equation in America today, aren't we actually living in the safest times, like in the last 100 years, as far as like violent crimes go?
No.
No,
We're not.
Not
No.
human. No.
No, with the defense attorneys letting motherfuckers go left and right, I'm gonna say
Oh.
no.
Okay, I'm talking about keeping like the major cities out of. I don't have any statistics in front of me,
Well,
but
I
like,
mean, even before we lived in major cities, we lived in agricultural cities and small town sets and whatnot. People didn't fuck with other people
No.
unless
You
they
didn't fuck-
knew
no.
you knew that your life was literally the entry fee. You
Mhm.
want to play at this party, your life is your entry fee because your neighbor was fucking armed, your neighbor's kid was armed, your neighbor's kid was armed, and you
Well,
know what?
that's
If you
actually-
went to start
They
fucking with
pull up
people,
a posse now.
That's
They pull
because
up a posse.
that's because we actually had good communities. Because back in the day, communities raised your children. It wasn't just
Yeah.
the parents. The community
Yep.
included your fucking child.
yeah,
dude, people. Oh, no, I'm not gonna say it's fucking non-existent, but people didn't fucking mutilate people just for the fucking shits and giggles for it every goddamn day,
No.
or try to fucking kill random people every goddamn day.
Or like
in
those teenage
Chicago
girls.
on one fucking night, it was 67 fucking people
in
or
a
some
weekend.
shit
In
in a
one
weekend,
That's in one weekend.
and that's normal.
That's fucking insane.
Yeah.
That's normal. And most of it, okay, I'm not saying that there wasn't a couple that obviously had some like previous ties to the issues.
Some motherfuckers had to come in.
Yeah, some motherfuckers had it coming. Others, it was literally just fucking random.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
It's not normal, but it's made to be normal, and now they're protected.
Yeah. I mean, at least my local fucking serial killer used to go to other cities where it was just like that. He went to other cities and fucking murdered people in, these locations where everybody believes that, oh, I'll just call the police if somebody tries to attack me, except, you're dead in 3 seconds and there was no time and no one hears you scream.
Yeah.
Well, let me ask you guys this. I had a fade back to my youth. Wasn't there some documentaries out there where there were some really primitive tribes? They would go raid each other and shit like that.
yeah.
And there was assholes. There was people come back and they were pulling arrows out of butt cheeks and just.
Yes.
And these were primitive tribes.
Yes, tribes have been fucking killing each other since day 2.
Mm-hmm.
They got all
Literally.
these spikes coming out of each other.
Yes.
Hey, they
literally.
grabbed some grapefruit, but they're a porcupine now.
Yeah,
And they were just
okay.
pulling shit out and cauterizing it, and it's like, God damn.
That was life. That was life then. If you wanted your tribe to survive, sometimes you had to fucking steal what the other tribe had. And you know what? Sometimes when they used to go off to these conflicts, most of them were going knowing that if they came back, right, even if they were successful and came back and not enough of them died off, the village would generally all starve because there were too many mouths to feed. So
Well,
the
now-
idea of losing so many people was kind of like not just accepted, it was endorsed.
Now, in your gentleman's infinite wisdom, do you think
Yes,
these guys
yes,
ran
yes, it is
back
infinite.
and
It is
Yeah.
infinite. Acknowledge me. Thank you.
well, I'm wondering, did these guys run
Use
back
the
and
smartest
forth?
motherfucker on the planet.
Does these guys run back and forth
What do you mean?
to different villages, stealing each other's women so they just can swap them out? That
Sometimes.
sounds like a pretty good deal, wouldn't it be? You know.
Hey,
Now
we're
you
here.
know, pot luck. You never know what you're gonna get, but
You know, the Indians and the Vikings probably had a lot in common. You know what? The fucking
Mhm.
you never hear about an ugly fucking Viking. Why is that? Because they took all the hot chicks. That's that's what
That's
it
what
is.
it was. They took war brides. They would kill
Yeah.
the men, And the women, if they didn't fucking spread their legs, they'd kill the woman and the children too. So then the war brides would concede to the new conquering tribe. That's the way it's always been.
Yeah. That's why they don't have loyalties either. And
To
that's
the
why
victor goes
they're not the
spoils.
ones you send down to fucking defend your house from fucking, intruders.
Nope.
Because they're just as capable of getting down there and sucking their cock.
Yep. If you're a military age man, you're fucking done. If there's young kids, they'll survive as long as you concede to the new conquering party. Otherwise, they'll kill you and your children. So then they'd be like, okay, fine, here's my pussy. Look, it's harsh, guys, but that's the fucking way it was.
Well, it makes me wonder about how do you be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth if there's only two people on the planet, if it's Adam and Eve, or is that mankind and womankind? It makes me wonder if that's like a symbolism instead of like a literal thing, because it would be incest right out of the gate. You have a father and mother, and then they reproduce. And how are you reproducing with only two people on the planet, on Earth?
Did we go back?
We don't want to offend. Yeah, we don't want to offend anyone, Doug. I mean, there's going to be some people. Yeah, there's going to be some people who come out and say, "You're trying to tell me that the world is older than 10,000 years? How dare you?"
It's not.
That's what's gonna.
Fuck you, Greta. Fuck you.
It's 11,000. It's not 10.
It just makes me wonder. It's like, God created the heavens and the earth in 6 days. Well, what's his what is 6 days in that type of is it 6,000 years? I
Yeah,
don't.
no doubt, dude. You're talking about relativity. No doubt. And God fucking did what he did when he could do, and he don't give a fuck about time. Time exists based upon our situation right now. We revolve around 365 a year, and the fucking Earth spins around 24 hours a day. And guess what? That's our day. And what the fuck? Who cares?
Where did we get this idea of monogamy that we felt, or we believe that you marry one woman and you stay? I'm not saying that that's wrong, but like Christians and the Bible take that and they'll say, well, you should only be a husband to one wife. And then I'm not saying that's right or wrong, but
it didn't always say that either, Doug.
I'm gonna go with
they might have messed with the damn translations. I never considered that.
Dude, go read like some serious Old Testament, like the original Bible. They were
including the Apocrypha.
Yeah,
exactly. There's things. There's a lot of parts that the cucked out church doesn't want you to know, and that's where it's like you got to really ask yourself: are we following the Bible in its original context?
No,
or are we following out a cucked out? Go ahead, Father.
Oh no, I was just gonna say no because books have been taken out,
dude.
Yeah, there's been a lot of shit. And then here's the thing: when we're talking about marriage, this is the big deal for us as men. In the Old Testament biblical sense of marriage, when you had sex, you were married in the eyes of God. So the whole bridesmaid and groomsmen and going and getting married in front of someone and getting a certificate, all that shit was man-made. You had to go to the Pope, to the Emperor Constantine, about 325 years after, the death of the Messiah. That's when all this shit started. We got to remember, the Romans came up with romance. It's not a coincidence that they're the ones that forced you to go and get married in front of them. When the Old Testament is saying the moment you have sex, you're spiritually bound by God. So in order to go on to the next woman, you can't dump her. That's against, the will of the Most High. You have to take care of every woman that you have sex with, essentially in the Old Testament eyes of God. You have to take care of each woman that you are married to. So if you want to go to another woman, polygamy is not, it's not a sin. And believe it or not, Black Ram 313 covers this extensively, and he shows you how the cucked out church has been more feminine and been more matriarchal compared to what it used to be. So it's not that we can't be polygamous, have multiple women. It's that every woman you engage with spiritually, you're bound for your entire lifetime. So it is a burden to be sleeping around and to have all these women spiritually bound to you, because men plant their seed into women. And this has been proven with microchimerism, where DNA fragments have been found of a majority of men in a woman's life within her body. This is true.
Real Talk's talking about telegamy.
It's called microchimerism.
It's also called telegamy.
Chimera.
Okay. Same biological sort of phenomenon, but yeah, that's the thing is, think about how correct the Old Testament was. It hit a lot of fucking nails on the head as far as like human nature. So that's the whole thing is, I don't try to buy into the stories. I try to buy into the truth that is observable amongst us today.
That's interesting, because like that truth.
I'm with you on Real Talk.
That truth seems to be like, I don't know if the word is evolving, but it's like, it seems to be doing that. And so, you know, for people to stand up on Sunday and say, be married to one woman and do this. I'm like, wait a second, that's not the way I choose to go. Now, I don't know how everybody else is here, but I choose to go monk mode. But
that's a response, though. Like, monk mode is a response to, in most part, to the situations that we are in right now. But to carry on with the narrative, what do you think this pink-haired freak up here?
Okay, I got one quick question.
I want to castrate myself before I put up with that shit.
I got a question. Hold on.
Motherfucker, man, you got to see this shit.
Where's Saunders?
He's down there.
I'm pissed.
He's at the bottom. He's just chilling outside the camera.
I'm setting them all peeing. What do you say, Andy?
Drink.
He's
Drink.
He's draining. He's draining.
Oh, okay.
I had to pull that in.
I gotta play a bit of this one for you, because if you can't tell, there's something that doesn't quite belong here.
Yeah, something's changed.
Wait. The upper left guy, he looks like he's Britney, bitch.
Yeah, dude. Like
this
I said,
guy,
man,
this guy's a piece of shit in the upper left, man, dude. He's a
this isn't a new.
I would never
phenomenon.
gain that.
Funniest thing, I was in Omaha, and I was at a local shithole, a little bar, and one of the drinks they had that was fucking you could take with you, like a sippy cup, or should I say like a fucking, goddamn, I can't think of. Anyway, you could stab it with a straw. I don't know, Capri Sun.
Yeah.
And that drink was called the Britney bitch.
Hey, now wait a minute. You got the pink-haired guy, but now the guy in the lower right has got a mannequin next to him. Now, come on, which one's weirder?
No. That is a practice for fighting. That's a fighting statue.
Have you ever seen Robert Frank in his video about pompers?
No.
Saunders.
Rompers.
No, that mannequin to the right is how you practice your strikes. Andrew Tate is actually a professional fighter. If you guys didn't know that, he used to be.
And he puts him up to a mic?
I have no idea. That's beyond me.
That's irrelevant.
If you're a fighter, that's what you guys do. Hey, you do you.
Dude,
I've never fought professionally.
It even says Britney on his shirt. So yeah.
Wow.
Oh shit! I just noticed that it does say Britney on his fucking shirt.
That's why I said it.
This guy is like gotta be like late 30s, early 40s.
Oh,
so like I said, guys, it's not a new phenomenon, right?
Guys, I see this in Nebraska. If I see this in Nebraska, in the dead center of this fucking country, it's everywhere.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Man. Yeah, it is here in Missouri too.
listen to a couple of minutes of this guy fucking ramble on about
Yeah.
how toxic and
Yep.
shit everything
Wonderful.
is. But it's
Wonderful.
worth the listen.
Yep. Yeah.
Here we go.
Wonderful.
Water boy, water boy for patriarchy and capitalism and whatnot, right? And sort of regressive ideas about manhood, and which is why the teenage audience like consumes it so much. You know, you got these young boys that are like
This young guy
grappling
up in
with
the right
feelings
is
of
like,
powerlessness,
look
and
at
you
this
come
freak.
in and offer them like
Doesn't
the
even know
ultimate
what to do.
machismo ideas of like how to be a man, but you're so off base, bro. It's like it's tragic, really.
So you think that I am inspiring the youth of today, the masculine youth of today, to become men, and you think that's a negative thing? Why? Why am
No, I don't think you're inspiring them to become men, because like real men are in touch with their emotions and their vulnerability and don't need to be like wielding intense power. Real men are self-aware. And
You coming worse than Dax Lexapro shorts.
Somebody that they can follow.
There was a
Where you
time
wanna
that
be
would have
like
been a
the
true
savior,
statement.
the guy, the badass.
If you're,
like,
if you're a man who's in touch with his strength and his masculine power, why does that mean you're not capable of reflecting inwards and being self-aware? They're not mutually exclusive.
Well, apparently for you they are, though, because on the one hand you talk about how you made your first million while exploiting women on webcams.
Incorrect.
And then you post on the Instagram post about how you and your brother are going to bring purity back to women. So yeah, you absolutely lack self-awareness because you yourself admit you made your initial
He
money
kind of sounds
on
like he is
sort of like
self-aware, though.
you profited off the supposed impurity of women around sex.
Supposed impurity of women.
All right, so first thing, the word exploiting
porn
is an
and
incorrect use
and
of
it's
language because I've
supposed
never exploited
impurity.
anyone in my
What
life.
the fuck?
Well, let me ask you this. When you made your first million with the women in the webcams, how many of the women who are on those webcams earning for you, how many of them are millionaires now?
The ones who made millions are also millionaires. It was 50%. It was 50.
You know what I'm saying?
I would argue the point here, sir. I would argue the point here that when a girl worked for me, it was 50-50. If you work for nearly any other business in the world, you do not get 50% of the takings. If you go work at McDonald's and you ring up a register for an hour, you do not get 50% of that register. So that is a lie. Most companies pay you less than 1%. So to sit here and say that I was exploiting people is absolute fallacy. So that's the first thing.
It's like
So that's the first fallacy. I've let you talk. Now it's my turn. That's the first fallacy. Second fallacy is this whole patriarchy bullshit you're saying that are outdated ideas of masculinity.
Yeah.
The idea of patriarchy is not an outdated idea of masculinity. Perhaps in the West, in a declining empire, as we've already discussed on this stream, in an empire which is in absolute decline, you can have men who sit here and think there's absolutely nothing necessary about masculinity in the modern world, and that you don't need to be strong or brave or any of these things. You can sit around and cry and you're still a man. That is not true in most places on the planet. In most places on the planet, men need to be capable and competent because if they don't, they do not survive. And I'll tell you something now, sir. I'll tell you
That
something
ain't
else
no
now.
bullshit.
You will sit here and talk right now about the patriarchy and how you can be in touch with your feelings and all this bullshit. The second you're physically assaulted or physically threatened, the first thing you do is you call a toxically masculine police officer to turn up with a weapon to protect you because you cannot protect yourself. You are not against the idea of masculine power. You're not against the idea of men who have masculine imperatives to defense. All you've done is outsource it to someone else to do at the end of a phone call because you're too scared to do it yourself. So you're fucking lying. You're lying.
Shit, little bitch.
Dude, he's fucking schooled every one of these fucking liberal nuts right there. Like I said,
smart.
I don't watch this guy, but when I saw this clip and this part of it, I was like, holy
That was
fuck,
awesome.
man. Right on the fucking money. Like you took him down hard. And this guy is exactly what he's explaining. Just like with the previous video, this guy has essentially given up, right, on protecting himself, looking after himself, and outsourced it to somebody else. Pure fucking nihilistic fucking laziness, if you ask me. To an extent, it's laziness. To another extent, it's just like lack of responsibility. Complete lack of responsibility. You are your first line of defense.
The only way that this exists in this world, the only way that pink-haired fucking weirdo exists in this world is because men fucking created the world in which they have these fucking privileges that they have already.
That's
Only
right.
men like that can talk like that because men built the world in which they fucking live and have all those conveniences provided for them already.
Well, and it's exactly what we've stated about women living in a fucking very secure, very easy lifestyle in the world we have right now.
Because of men.
Because
we
men built it.
engineer, build, maintain, sustain, and protect. That's what men do. We have built this world. Only in a world that men have already built can a fuck like that in the upper left even exist, because we allow it.
True.
Here's the
We
thing.
allow
If I roll into your town now with, say, 500 armed men, right? We're here to take this fucking town lock, stock, and barrel. Your police ain't gonna fucking stand up to it.
No.
Your locals most likely won't stand up to it. There's your security gone. Now what? That's all you had to lose. You didn't have to lose electricity. You didn't have to lose fucking shipments of food coming in. You didn't have to lose your cell phone or Instagram. You lost security right off the fucking hop.
Well,
what now?
The only
What do
thing
you-
that protects people like him or protects a woman who bucks up to a man, the only thing that protects all of them, and I've said it 100 times, I'll say it again, is a man's fucking restraint. That's the
Amen.
only thing that fucking protects any of these
That's
people.
absolutely right.
Goddamn right. And like I said, if I show up with an army of 500 men, guess what? Restraint ain't on our fucking to-do list.
No, because
We're
you're
going to take this motherfucker.
You're gonna do that, and you don't want that, because a man is essentially killing off who he used to be. There isn't gonna be no mercy, because I am now going to lay to rest who I used to be, because you put me in the situation that I now have to go through. And you can beg for mercy all you want, but it's gonna fucking fall on deaf ears, because you had your chance. You didn't just have a chance; you had your 110 chances to not do this, to not get to this point.
Hey, we didn't want to go to fucking civil war, but we're going there. We're going there, motherfuckers.
Well, if you look anywhere in nature, there's violence.
Absolutely.
Down to amoebas, there's violence. To what extent? Hey. But there's always been violence. Life is violence. It will always be violence.
You don't
Interaction
see-
of two different organisms.
You don't see animals in any species, no matter what they source for food, whether they're meat eaters or plant eaters. You don't see any of them essentially saying, well, there's a subgroup that just live off the rest of us. You know what I mean? Like, they just, instead of going out and hunting with us or gathering with either even in a family unit or, you know, an individual unit, there isn't one or a group, a subgroup that just sits around and does fuck all to either feed themselves or protect themselves, unless, of course, it's the children, or like the parents will swap out. You know what I mean? Like, even rodents, they will swap out fucking taking care of the young so the other parent can go out and hunt.
Well,
right?
that's like a flock of chickens. You can be the lowest hen out of 20 chickens, right? And you get pecked on by everybody else, but you could still produce offspring that later might run that whole flock.
Of
You
course.
see what I mean? So
Yeah.
even the lowest pecked hen could produce spawn that would lead the whole group later on.
Yeah.
Well,
here's the
Chris,
thing. Sorry, go ahead, Real Talk.
you know, it's kind of crazy you're touching on this, because I've been thinking about this shit deeply like the past few weeks. Since I had this creature dump me, I had a pump and dump. You know, you pump her, and I didn't do the dumping. I got her to be so uneasy that she dumped me. And my mind has been like going a million different directions. Since I haven't been distracted by a woman, I've been thinking about, like, how the fuck did they really get us so fucked up in the head? Like, what spell are we under? And I started looking back in history. I started looking at older ancient civilizations. And I'm pretty sure that since, due to our intelligence, once we got to like 50,000 plus people in a single civilization, like the Sumerians, that date back to like 4,000 BC, that came even before the Babylonians, I'm thinking to myself, once we got to a level of abundance and we started to have an easier life, whoever has been running the world, in my opinion, observed how humans fucked off in their free time. Like what makes us really tick, our impulses. I'm pretty sure they documented that shit and they've been using that against us. They've pretty much taken all the worst parts of us, amplified it, and that has been the snapshot of the human nature that we've gotten to see. But we didn't get to see how the Sumerians built their entire civilization up. And it had scientific advancements, mathematical advancements, keeping track of time advancements. Like we don't get to see the cooperation side of things. We get to see like the exploited human nature side of things. And it makes me sick because we know every one of us on this panel knows how beautiful the human mind can be when humans work together, how harmonious we can be when things aren't like being ran by this wicked fucking power structure. Like I see people on the street, I don't see racism. I don't see hatred. I only see this shit on the TV, the social media, all the shit that they script and contrive in order for us to be divided and distracted and each other's fucking throats. It's just fucked up because I think once we got to a large enough civilization, there was conspiracies against man to rule over man based off of our nature, take the worst parts of it. And we're going to create a control mechanism to keep these fuckers pinned where we want them. And I feel like that's what we're living out today. I just can't describe who's behind it necessarily. It's just, I've been thinking.
Real talk, here's the thing. We still do live in a time of abundance. Not only abundance, but abundance and ease.
I think that's the problem.
That is the problem. When we got complacent because we no longer have to survive day to day other than like making sure we don't get hit by a car or something stupid like that, or end up fucking accidentally killing ourselves. When we live in a society like that, we have so much fucking free capacity, like free time, free mental load, free physical load, that you end up with people like pink-haired fucking Britney bitch.
That's true, man.
We are living in a time of ease, yes. No, it's true, man.
Pink-haired Britney bitch.
We end up with pink-haired Britney bitch because we live in a time of fucking absolute comfort. I live in a place where, like, my house is an actual house. It's not a pile of fucking sticks that I had to throw together.
Absolutely.
Chris,
bed isn't the fucking
That's my new
rock.
thing, Chris. That's my new thing, Chris. If someone pisses me off, they are now a pink-haired Britney bitch.
Pink-haired Britney bitch.
Well, I just to close out that thought I have brought up, we have all these freak shows today, and believe it or not, in ancient times in Babylon, which came after the Sumerian civilization, in Babylon, it was a custom, and this comes from he was like the father of history, Herodotus. It was a Greek historian, essentially, and I think he was before Socrates, believe it or not. He said that in Babylon, women had to prostitute themselves out for a week prior to marriage. Just think about that. That was like a custom of theirs. And they had that Ishtar, their goddess. They like, this country is like, has like Babylonian, like the worst parts of Babylon, the worst parts of Rome. It's like they took all the fucking bullshit, mixed it in a pot, and we have like a circus, a complete freak show.
That goes with that easy time. We saw throughout history people in positions of power and positions of wealth, right, lived in very easy fucking conditioning. They were pampered from fucking dusk to dawn. Their kids were pampered from the time they were fucking born. It was all they knew. That's where we are. It's not just a class that has that kind of pampering. We can now all achieve that kind of pampering. It's all around us, right? Like I said, we live pretty fucking comfortable lives. I'm not saying that the economic hard times are fucking helping, but economic hard times wasn't even a fucking thing back then.
That's true.
It wasn't a thing 150 fucking years ago.
Yeah.
There was just hard times.
That's
That was
it.
like, hard times were days that end in Y. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're making some excellent points. Like my grandpa as a kid would he would have snow in his bed when he woke up.
God damn.
Yeah, who the fuck wants that? Like, can you imagine if
Born in
being-
1921.
Let's take fucking Britney bitch here, right? And fucking the guy we were looking at before. Let's throw them out on a fucking a little fucking cottage area and say, all right, guys, you got to make this shit work. And oh yeah, your log cabin leaks a lot.
Yeah.
And there's no central water or anything. You want water, the wells over there. You want to go fucking use the toilet, the outhouse is over there.
Yeah.
There's all kinds of field and fucking crops you got to all start collecting and fucking, learning to deal with. And we'll see you later. What the fuck do you think we're going to come back to if we left them there for 3 months?
I'm trying to prepare myself to live that way again. And I don't know the first thing about it.
Well, if you took us right now and threw us into that situation, the majority of us are fucked. However, this subgroup is completely fucked. They are literally dead people walking.
Mm-hmm.
Guys, I just pulled a Polska.
What'd you do?
I forgot I was muted. I've been sitting here talking for the last 10 minutes.
No, I've been hearing you.
I haven't heard anything.
Not in the last 10 minutes, you haven't.
No.
Nah, you sound okay.
I pulled a Polska. God
like
damn
I
it.
said, man, this is a very fucking fucky situation, but it's all been part of that conditioning to fucking make us docile. Like I said, if Klaus Schwab's and them really do want to get fucking rid of a large majority of the population, job's done, bro. Job's done. Because whoever doesn't starve to death and not know what to do when there is no one to call, right? Like fucking Britney, they'll die first. then you'll have.
What are you picking on Brittany for?
Why Britney?
It's Brittany, bitch.
It's Brittany.
They're the first to go, right?
Hey man, that was a good drink. You know,
This really helped me to like.
nothing like an alcoholic drink that comes in a Capri Sun container that fucking says Brittany bitch on it. I swear to God.
But either way, these people are gone. The next ones you're gonna have are the fucking looters, the rioters, the gangbangers,
Marauders.
Yep, marauders. They will fucking eventually run out of people to fucking loot, or they'll run up against an opposition that is like, hey,
yeah, like
you might have took my
parents'
neighbor.
house.
Yeah, you might have took my neighbor, but you ain't taking me, motherfucker.
Yeah, that's if I end up at my parents' place, I am not gonna lie. I'm gonna have me. I'm gonna have my parents. I'm gonna have everything they have. I'm gonna have everything I have. I'm gonna have all the food I have. We're gonna have everything I have.
Look,
and all that put together, it's gonna be a lot. I mean, you don't want to fucking be there.
Okay,
don't
I'll
forget
be
to
the.
take a forest.
It's
ride
Plattsmouth,
with it,
and it's
okay?
Plattsmouth. It's a small town. So
Yeah, don't
you got
forget to take a forest bride because you're gonna need somebody to take care of your sexual desires. And yeah, she doesn't have a choice.
dude. Porn is fucking amazing. Fuck you.
Oh yeah. Did you download
Well,
it?
I'll
Did
bring
you-
this
did you
up. Like,
record it?
Saunders will agree with me. You got a big enough force coming on you. You can't fight everybody, guys. You ain't God. You ain't the government. You can't fight everybody.
We don't care. We rather die.
Yeah, no, you aren't gonna fucking take everybody.
You,
but
me, my papa. I mean, if my dad and I can't take it on, then we dead. It's okay.
I am
Duck
definitely
roll.
taking- I am
Reproduce.
definitely taking a couple of forest brides.
My
before I go.
brother's got that covered, and he's a good dude. But I bet he'd be madder than fuck.
Run to the hills.
I bet he'd become fucking next fucking motherfucker. I don't know. He'd be
anyway.
scary as. I bet my brother be scary as fuck because He's a good dude.
What the
And-
fuck? Screen just changed. Fuck with my head.
You're too fucking drunk.
Yep. I told you I pulled a Polska.
Oh man.
That's fucking funny. No,
Holy
first,
shit.
That's extreme.
Hey,
first
Chris,
thing I'm doing. Yeah,
Vina
bro.
Duckworth, there's actually a drink called the Britney Bitch. Did one of you guys already say that?
Yeah, I said that because my buddy fucking ordered it back in downtown. There's a beercade in like 10th Street or maybe 12th Street, South Omaha, and there's a fucking bar in that area that fucking serves that shit.
Okay, now wait a minute. Wait a
Made
minute.
well
I've
flavored
been
vodka, watermelon pucker, Sprite, Red Bull, and a splash of grenadine.
No idea, but that's probably what it is.
look, guys. I've been married to 2 bartenders. I know my alcohol. Sprite, Red Bull, Splash of Grenadine, Feather Boa.
And vodka.
Hey, can you guys? Let me ask you this: can anybody here make a black and tan? A true black and tan?
No.
I have no idea what that is.
Vodka, I don't ever
No. A black and tan is Guinness, heavy or Guinness, and like Bass or a pale ale. And if you
Is it
pour
50-50?
you pour the pale ale on the bottom and then pour the Guinness over a rounded spoon, they will
50-50.
separate.
Yeah.
Nice.
And
Well,
they
yeah.
will if you're good, you can get it crisp. It'll be pale ale and then Guinness on top. Yeah.
Hey, Dougie. Dougie, you never heard of triple, have you?
Crazy CDP. What's a triple?
A triple, I'm not exactly sure what it all entails, but it's like a Guinness with like an apple cider, and I don't know what the fucking third layer is, but it's 3 layers. Okay, like Indy was.
But it separates.
Yeah, exactly. What
Yeah.
Indy is describing is like a fucking a separation of shit, like a snake bite. A snake bite is like Guinness and like wheat beer. Oh no, a cider beer, like woodchuck. All right, so get Guinness and woodchuck, and that's a snake bite.
Huh.
All right,
And they'll
I
separate the glass.
right, and you got.
That's what I'm saying.
And
Yeah.
and Andy's right. You got to use a spoon. You got to be fucking smart. You got to fucking separate that shit. The triple is there's a third degree. Fuck, I'm drunk. Anyway,
Yeah. I don't fucking know fuck all outside of fucking whiskey and coke. So
Just give me some fucking vodka, man.
yeah, guys, I'm a simple drunk. Okay.
Hey, hey, we're top shelf here.
Yeah, I don't mind getting adventurous. I mean, I've asked a couple waitresses to just break out the book and fucking point at something
You
random.
want
Let's
to talk
go.
about some top shelf? Just do the Long Island iced tea.
all I can tell you about the
Oh,
triple
yeah.
is I was at Universal Studios when I had triple.
Didn't we used to refer to that as the panty?
I would
drop?
love to have a drink with Indy. That would be badass.
Fuck, Doug, I'd love to have a drink with you if you fucking.
I'd have a
asshole.
drink with you too. Hey, I'm not trying to be a prick.
Well,
Never,
you all know
never marry bartenders. Never.
No, I would drink with either one of you, and
Outside
really
of real
every-
talk, and real talk
you
is
know.
only because I don't know who he is.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
I
he's
would
awesome.
enjoy. Honestly, I would enjoy a drink with all you.
I would too, man. I would
Uh,
too every day, and I don't know shit about it. It's
See,
just
if-
like it's either a straight shot or a beer. That's
No,
really all
beer.
I know.
Nah, beer. Beer. I need to relax. I need to fucking say hello to y'all, and say hi. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
Yeah.
If we didn't have this border bullshit in the way, we could all fucking meet up and fucking have beers.
Well, Saunders and I, we can see each other pretty soon if we wanted to. Really.
Emperor of Freedom, we need to make it happen.
Yep.
Okay, wait a minute, Emperor. Where's BC? Is it above Oregon?
It's above,
if Ike's 2 hours from you, it's above Oregon.
Washington.
And Saunders is in Nebraska.
Yeah, I'm
Ike
Hemi's
is
in
11 and a half hours
Kansas.
away.
Ike's in Oregon. I was trying to triangulate some kind of central position.
Wherever the fuck we want. This is our goddamn country. Both
Well,
of
I'm
them.
thinking easy travel and everything like that.
Indeed.
It's called efficiency. Efficiency.
Indeed. I don't give a fuck where you go. If I can get good chicken fried steak, I don't give a fuck.
Ooh, chicken fried steak. What about
You gotta
chicken fried
cook
chicken?
it.
I like chicken fried chicken too.
Ooh, yeah, there you go.
Fuck, guys, you're gonna make me hungry. I'm gonna have to go look for some chicken.
I want some fucking dumplings. I want some
I want
fucking
some fucking-
dumplings. I want
want some
dumplings
fucking
that are
chicken.
fucking fried, and I want chicken fried steak along with those fucking dumplings.
Dumplings.
Damn.
You talking like
Oh,
floury balls that are boiled,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
You guys like dumplings, eh?
Then I want a side of Nebraska fucking sweet corn because there ain't no better corn than Nebraska fucking sweet corn.
Well, you haven't sent me any seeds to fucking grow any to find out, motherfucker. So what can I say? My hands
You know,
are
you
tied.
can grow your own, dude. It's
Gotta
not.
take my fucking word for it.
You can grow your own. It's sweet corn. It's sweet corn. You just gotta
They
grow
said
your own.
it's Nebraska
okay.
sweet corn.
It's no
He
bullshit.
knows
That
Nebraska
is-
sweet corn is fucking.
No, the only difference is the dirt, dude, and that's it. And
Hell, I've ate field corn.
Fuck your field corn.
You ain't country if you ain't ate field corn.
You ain't country.
Drinking tequila.
Nebraska sweet corn.
What's up, brother Ike?
Hey.
You ain't country unless you got a fucking truckload in your backyard that you have to husk and fucking shuck yourself and fucking freeze. And then have
Been there.
I'd be jealous as fuck if that was the case with me, man.
All right, we got to get Frank in here, and we're just gonna go fucking random because we have gone completely off fucking reservation. here.
What, we had a
Frank
plan?
who?
What the fuck?
Did you ever watch that video?
We saved
drunk
the main-
fucks
we
coming in
played
talking
some of
drunk
that last
shit.
video, and then we played this current video, and it does reiterate the point. So I think you did save it. I think we did a good job.
We covered it. It's covered. Now,
These freaks, guys, and I'm telling you, like we started out, the kids, guys,
yeah.
these kids are just. I just gotta drink beer and shrug my shoulders over, and I can't help them. I can't help
jump
the
in,
kids.
Chaos.
Yeah, Chaos, come in. Come on in, Chaos.
You and Frank can pop in.
I game
We got
with you.
room.
You're good. And Mick the Outlaw, I agree with you, but at the same time, with my experience with Southern Food, man, that beats this great thing. Dumplings and fried chicken is fucking grits and butter, man. I hate
Squirrel gravy.
I've never had
Squirrel
grits
gravy.
until I went to
You
Texas.
motherfucker! You gotta bring up the squirrel, you motherfucker.
That's squirrel
Frank?
gravy.
I wasn't prepared for
I've
that.
never been
Squirrel
to-
is
Oh,
disgusting.
I never
You've
had
had squirrel turkey before.
I've never
Yo,
had
you
grits,
guys are
but I've
fucked.
never been to a
Indeed,
Waffle
indeed.
House until I went to fucking infantry base.
Oh,
I can eat
they're
squirrel,
literally trying
but
to take
no.
us back
No,
to
thank
a
you.
Sodom and Gomorrah level type
Okay,
thing.
one at a time. We're missing stories here. What's up, brother Frank? Chaos. Good evening.
Was
Hey,
good.
brother. My brothers.
Real
My
talk.
best
Trying to
time.
reconnect.
Frank and Chaos, yes.
There he is.
Yee. Here physically,
Oh,
down
gents.
mentally.
What do you think so far? Any thoughts on the topic, or shall we
I,
just
I,
move
I,
on to
I
Weiss
think the
and
Transformers are trying to take us back to like a Sodom and Gomorrah level kind of thing.
dude? They're already there.
Transformers.
Yeah.
Oh, we're not fully there yet, but we will be.
Dude,
Look,
look at the
I
gay
wanna- I
guy.
wanna-
Look at
When
the
it
no.
when
Look
it
at the gay guy
becomes
that
totally normalized, then we will be there. It is not completely normalized.
Okay, but look at the gay guy who went out and knew that if he was fucking gay dudes, he could get monkeypox, and he still went out and done it, and then blamed the goddamn government.
Oh man.
As
The
a
government ruins everything.
They're gonna blame
Dude.
they're gonna find a thing to blame to keep themselves from being accountable because who really
Yeah.
wants to be held accountable?
Yeah, it's always going to be a deflection. It will always
You
be
gotta
something other than
remember,
an insult. It will
Dudes
always
like
be
that have a bitch mindset, so they're automatically gonna be like a female and just blame other people anyway. So
yeah, but you can't blame fucking anybody when nobody gives a fuck and the world's on fire.
Oh, it's
I
gonna
like-
burn.
Oh yeah, it's gonna burn.
It's gonna
be
burn,
beautiful.
guys,
It is gonna be beautiful.
and I hate it. I'm not chaos. It's not gonna be beautiful, dude.
No.
Oh, the cleansing flames are going to be beautiful.
You kind of fucking hinting.
Sorry, I'm a pyro, so
You're hinting at my soul.
Fire starter.
dude. I don't know, man. You're hinting at my soul at the same time. Like, fuck you, dude.
You gotta remember the first
creepy as
world
fuck, dude.
cataclysm. The first world cataclysm was a great flood, and that's not gonna happen again. The second world cleansing is gonna be by a big cleansing flame.
Yeah.
And whether that's a
Holy
giant
fire.
ass meteor or us nuking ourselves into non-existence, we won't know until that time comes. But regardless, it's going to be a fire that is going
What's that?
to cleanse the world, and whoever survives out of that will be the ones that get to repopulate the world.
Asteroid. Meteor.
Well, like
Well,
I said,
the dinosaurs
meteor.
supposedly were destroyed by meteors.
What was that movie?
I really think
There's a lot of them, dude.
Sodom and Gomorrah were destroyed by meteors. It's just ironic. I don't know. There's a lot of questions behind that, but I do believe meteors were what caused Sodom and Gomorrah to be pretty much vaporized.
I thought that was the wrath of God.
Well, that's what they claim.
That's what they claim, but that's some of the stuff that I call into question, because y'all were talking about a lot of shit that I've gone over because I've been going down the religious rabbit hole for a really long time now, and there's a lot of stuff in there that
Real quick, Frankie, what are you drinking?
yeah, what you sipping on?
Oh,
sir?
brother.
Which,
Well, two things.
Say it, show it to the camera.
Indeed. Vodka USSR. Unfortunately, it says CCCP, but that's the best I can do. Brother.
Yeah, there you go.
Vodka.
I'm hitting JD.
Some of that commie vodka.
Commie vodka!
How the hell
We'll change it later.
How the hell could a vodka be You fucking commie.
The other one.
Fuck you.
Okay, Jared. Look, this will be better. Hang on, I've got another one in the car. Here we go. What do we got?
Austrian Tammy.
Australian Tawny.
Tawny.
What the fuck is that?
Ooh.
It's a port. It's wine and spirits mixed together. And
Huh.
oh, by the way, guys,
That sounds like blasphemy, dude.
now Chaos.
Not too bad.
Chaos's birthday. Chaos has his birthday in 2 days, I think. Yeah,
Is
2
it?
days.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Is
Gonna
that the
turn
big 4-0? That's
big
the big
4-0.
Big
So he
4-0.
said he was gonna get blasted on his birthday. So we have to hold his
Did
feet.
I?
Wait, Chaos. You gonna hit the
Wait,
4-0
what?
here?
Yeah.
Wait a second. Wait a second.
I
Your
keep
birthday's
forgetting
today?
that shit's coming up. No,
When's that happening?
Tomorrow.
Oh
Real talk,
shit,
he's
that's so
disconnected.
close.
The 28th.
Yeah, I keep forgetting it's coming up. And
I
the
just-
only reason
I
I
just-
keep
I
forgetting
just-
Hey,
is
hey,
keep
Chaos,
reminding me.
I don't care. I don't hate you for that, dude. Cause no doubt, because my 40's coming up in like my 40's coming up in like 4 months.
There you go.
Oh
It's
my
like
God.
birthdays in general to me. It's just like.
Yeah, I feel you. I don't
It's
feel it
always
at all.
kind of been like that.
It's
Like, as a
it's
kid,
work.
Yes, it was cool, but I don't know. Since I became an adult, it's just like.
Okay, so
When was that, Chaos? It was last week. You
Forget.
became an adult last week, mate.
I
Last
literally
week.
forget to like a
You don't wanna
text
say-
that day, like happy birthday, and it's like, fuck, that's today.
Yeah.
Man.
Two things I want to say. One is I understand completely where you guys are coming from. It's like it's just another day, right? And then when I thought about it as just being another day, I'm like, wait a second. I do enjoy the fact that I exist, even though we exist in really tumultuous times. I want to know that I'm thankful that I exist. So that's what kind of got me over as, oh, it's just another fucking day, fuck it. Because I've
Well,
been
the whole celebration of
Father,
birthdays is
I
just to recognize that you're still alive.
I'm
and
happier
to
that you
celebrate.
exist versus
It's a
myself,
family
dude.
friend
Oh.
gathering.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate it. The second thing is that my mother's going to be 67 tomorrow or today.
Goddamn.
Oh shit.
So
Nice.
yeah, we got a surprise party for today.
Oh, nice.
She's really watching the stream right now.
No,
Yeah,
everybody's
exactly.
gone completely chaotic. I can't even understand what's being said, but it seems
Father,
like
you got to be careful. You know, someone, good mother, interviewed your mum for, I watched about for a couple of hours of it. So that surprise might not be a surprise anymore. So you got to be careful, Jared. Be careful, bro. Not.
Well, it's a surprise here because Good Mother's not here, so there's nothing that can
Yeah, that's true. That's
even
catch the replay.
Even if she was attracted to me and really liked me, we're states away. So ain't nothing going to be happening. So, my mom's going to be 67 tomorrow. If my dad was alive, he would actually turn 80 this year. So there was 13-year difference between my mom and dad.
Wow.
Happy birthday to your mum, brother. Happy birthday to your mum. She's a lovely woman. We've all seen her.
She's
Yeah,
a beautiful
proud,
person, and
Lovely
that's
mom,
not
yeah.
confirmation bias. She's a beautiful person who just happens to be my mother at the same time.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think you probably had an awesome growing up.
I did.
Experience because
I was talking to you about that. Even though we didn't have much, I loved my childhood. You know,
yeah, I did too.
I had a roof over my head. I had food in my belly. I had clothes on my back. I was able to fucking learn a lot of shit on my own because I had to. And but even though we didn't have a whole lot, and mom and dad were already gone when I got up in the morning because they both worked in a factory for 43 years.
You was a latchkey kid too.
Yep. I wore my key around my neck.
Fuck yeah.
Hey, Saunders.
Yeah.
Hey, Saunders.
Yeah.
Does your mom drink?
Very rarely, but she likes. She's fucked this up before, and I laugh my ass off because my mom's laugh is fucking hilarious. But she asked the bartender for an English bulldog. I'm like, Mom, it's a Colorado bulldog.
English bulldog.
Fucking English bulldog, Mom. And then she does her fucking laugh that you can hear about 3.5 blocks away. It's funny as shit. So she drinks very rarely. I've only seen my mom drunk one time in my life. That's when my brother graduated. My brother was his fucking son of a bitch to fucking get graduated. I learned a lot of what not to do from my brother.
Yeah, he's a bit older than you, brother.
He's 4 years.
Yeah.
I bet she had a hell of a time, though. It was a reason to celebrate.
Yeah.
Gents, I'm going to end the stream here, and you guys can continue talking.
I'm kind of feeling that too.
What?
I got to go pee, man. I got to eat something real quick.
Oh, you guys are good. It's been almost 2.5 hours already. So
No, you guys can keep chatting in the back here, but I just want to end the stream and thank everybody for coming tonight and having a chat. And it's been fucking great until, of course, it turned into chaos.
Hey, Krabs, I'm a mortified fucking idiot. I'm glad you had me on. Thank you.
Hey, man, I enjoy having you guys on. It's awesome.
Thank you, Chris.
Good night.
Take it easy, brother.
Thank you,
All right,
sir.
guys. Everybody in
Thank
the
you,
chat,
guys.
thanks for coming.